Video games, video games, video games, video games. Join me in my video game chant. Video games. Bring the video games to us. Video games. Video games. Hello and welcome. It's video game time.
We love video games.
Welcome to Super Gamekast, your source for video game and video game industry news. We've summoned the video games here to us, so you don't have to go get them. Hey, my name's Aaron. I'm joined by Bronson and Duncan. How you dudes doing?
Doing good, dude. Doing good.
All right.
It's we're coming off of that holiday break.
Yeah.
First show of the new year. It's coming in strong, coming in hot.
Yeah.
No kidding. Good Lord.
You know, I'll start us with, you know what I got for Christmas?
Ooh, what?
Clothes.
Hell yeah, dog.
How old are you?
I genuinely get
some socks and shirts.
How old are you?
That's
27.
Okay, that's all right. All right. You know what?
That's about the age when I was stoked to get like socks and underwear.
I'm pretty stoked about it.
You've been working and probably relying on your own income to a certain degree for a little while now, and that's when it's like socks. Oh my God! You have no idea how much I needed these.
Get these.
So I rarely, if ever, wear socks, but I am always stoked to get new boxers from my mom for Christmas.
Sure.
But like, just fuck yeah, dog. No, this year, I actually, I have a friend who gave me a Warcraft Stein.
Oh.
Like a fucking it's a glass Stein with the warrior class logo on the side.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
That's fantastic.
That was cool.
Very good.
And then they also got me a book on the history of handheld game consoles.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dope. I big fan of that. But my girlfriend, best of all, the Yamcha rug.
That Yamcha rug
saw on the
is
Discord.
something else, man. I love that thing.
Duncan, did you see this?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I posted in the anime channel on the public Discord.
Oh, let me see.
I'll send it.
Man, it's I love that someone's out here making that.
That's fantastic.
I love.
Yeah.
That's an incredible rug.
Yeah. And she also got me this absolutely amazing Majin Vegeta statue that is floating somewhere on a shipping container in the Pacific Ocean right now.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah, it turns out when you order custom-made stuff from Japan, that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, I the only video game stuff I got was video games from you, Bronson.
Yeah, Game Santa struck again.
That's right.
He did it. He did it again.
I got to share the picture of the Yamcha rug on the stream here. This is just beautiful. I don't even know how did they even find that.
Great rug.
I don't know where she found it. That's a good. I should ask.
It might be an Etsy thing, but like if it's not Etsy, I'm very curious.
It's definitely. It probably is an Etsy thing. I know that she said it was a made-to-order thing, and they were sending progress shots and whatnot.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
wow, it's custom made. What a great idea.
Yeah.
My Lord. Where is that in your house right now?
Currently, it's in the kitchen.
Okay.
It's currently in the kitchen.
Is it you stand on it when you're at the sink or something?
No, it's just kind of in the middle of the kitchen. It's kind of like the first thing you see in the kitchen.
That's funny. Love it.
I want to put it in the living room, but we're in the middle of getting the last of the stuff hung up, and the spot where it would be is currently filled with art still.
Okay.
So this week we're taking down the Christmas tree and putting up the last of the art and whatnot, and there we go.
All right.
Yeah, I think the only game stuff I got this year though was like games from friends, of course. Aaron, you got me some games, and Tim got me a lot of games. My friend Tim, he picked 4 things off my wish list. I was like, God damn, Tim.
Hell yeah. Nice.
So that was one of those things where but I gave a lot of games. Pretty much most of what I would call good friends or close friends, I got games. And then Phoebe, of course, is the big recipient of most of my Christmas gift giving, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And I went down her wish list and got her everything cyberpunk related.
Nice.
Nice.
She is a Cyberpunk mega fan.
All right.
Like, and I was just like, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
So I did everything, and then I got her a Switch 2 and a bunch of games.
Hell yeah.
And accessories.
Yeah.
So it was
You need to watch the Tim Rogers Cyberpunk review so that you can understand why Tokimeki Memorial is actually, and the Tokimeki Memorial review, to understand why there's Cyberpunk media.
I you know what? I will send that to her. She seems like she would be into that.
That would be great. That'd be great.
I'll
link it to you. You link it to her.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah,
she's watch it, the better.
She does love her Cyberpunk Let's Plays and Cyberpunk essays. So
I got to do an argument over this video a little while ago.
Fun.
Because a buddy of mine, I was playing Minecraft with, it was a month or two ago, no, I was playing Minecraft with Music Call, but regardless, the topic of the video comes up, and most of the other people in the call with me at the time have seen the video, and everyone unanimously said, "Oh, of course, it's incredible. It's like a massive work of art. It's amazing." So that buddy, he's like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll go check it out." And he comes back later, and he's like, "Yeah, I watched like 3 minutes of it, and it just took too long to get started, so I just dropped the whole thing." I'm like, "It's an 11.5-hour video, and it did get started in 3 minutes." And it's bad. He's like, "Well, it doesn't respect your time," and I'm like, "You're crazy. You're crazy."
It sounds like someone who has an excuse to just not want to watch an 11.5-hour long video, and
that's what I wanted to get him to admit.
Right, that's fine.
That's the biggest reason I haven't started it. You said it to me. I want to watch it. It's 11.5 hours, dog. It definitely would not be something I would watch. It would definitely be something I would have on in the background.
You can't
that's
sit
a
there
second
and watch
screen
it. It's not
experience right
doable.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's but yeah, no, the holidays were good. We I did a solo show as kind of just a thing to keep me fresh because I like doing it, but otherwise we were pretty much off. I think I pulled up Resolve once during that 2-week period.
Nice.
So
very good. Okay.
No, I've done in that 2-week period,
Keep
but
look, we you only have a holiday season once a year.
Indeed. Honestly, I'm excited to go back to eating normal food again, though.
I'm that's what it's about. Enjoy the sweets and then get sick of them so that you can get back to normal stuff.
Yeah, I have a little bit of cookies left, and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good on sugar for a bit.
Let's spread that out.
No. Yeah.
Well,
anyway, video games.
So I just want to say 2026 is the year of positivity. We're going to be positive about video games, goddammit. And
so positive.
We're not going to do well with our first stories here, but you know what? We got to acknowledge reality while also try to be positive.
Just picturing the pitch up, just as you say this, I'm just imagining old Snake with the gun in his mouth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just.
Yeah. Yep. So here we go. First news story. Hey, prices are going up on video game stuff in 2026.
Also, hi, Black Catter.
Hey,
in chat.
Black Catter.
Hey.
Asus is price hiking all their gaming shit. Because of course they are.
Of course they are.
Which includes the recently released Xbox handhelds, which were already disgustingly expensive.
That is not coming at a great time. Because when did that come out?
October.
Yeah, that's
came out October.
Oof.
And it's the real hilarious part is like I wanted to buy one to fuck around with it, but instead I got a used Ally X, which is basically the equivalent of this Ally thing.
Mm-hmm.
The regular version, the white one, for like $300 on Facebook Marketplace. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And I fucked around with it, and I was like, "Oh, this OS is horrible. This is awful."
Remains the problem.
The reason behind the price hike here is quite predictable. It's due to RAM, SSD, and NAND shortages caused by AI demand.
Yep.
The best part is it's not like there's a physical shortage right now. It is the upcoming orders are all being halved. Because what was the what was the total? I'm not sure if you guys know this. It was like 40% of all RAM over the next year is bought by OpenAI now.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
it's that low.
Yeah, it was not. It didn't quite hit half, but I think it was like 40%.
Okay.
Which is still crazy for one company to have 40% of the global RAM.
Yep.
There's been a lot of conspiracy around this subject.
Okay.
Okay, I mean that makes sense.
Of the rise in prices of RAM in particular. A lot of people are saying that, quote unquote, they are doing this to make PC gaming more expensive, so that we are all forced to shift on to proprietary platforms. But like, it's not they, it's Sam Altman specifically. There's a guy that is doing this, and it's not for that reason. He's doing this to build giant AI server farms.
And yeah, like the conspiracy theory is just like to force you to game in the cloud and you'll own nothing is like
Exactly.
like, dude, no, that's not what it is.
Even
Also,
if it was, it wouldn't work.
yes, and even if that's the case, like, y'all know that video games are not maxing out our current hardware, right? Like that for the straight up.
There's a
some of
yeah. I think it's the next news story that gets into a little bit of that. Just like, dude, and
like I bought a 5080 this year, dude, and this thing is fucking just playing everything maxed out totally fine.
Yeah.
Like entirely fine. Like, as in, I am rarely hitting even 50 or 60% of its total fucking juice that it can give in most games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know?
I got a 4080, and I haven't really had anything that like has beaten it down like a dog.
Yeah, like sometimes I do have to tweak settings. Like sometimes I'll have to like turn on DLSS or set RT to like medium. But like generally, like the vast majority of video games, like maxed out RT on, like just no issues at all. Like it's not a, you know. And I realize these are both two high-end cards. These are both $1,000 plus graphic cards. But like even if you were like sitting on a 9070 XT, which, you know, if you were lucky you got it for 550, it's pretty close to that. Fuck, even like, you know, Aaron has a 3080 Ti, and it's like I'm working on that pricing video. It's like most games don't even require or recommend a 3080 Ti.
Right.
I found two that recommend that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, okay, so like the overhead's nice and it allows you to do other shit while playing games, but it's, you know, this is not like some grand conspiracy to push you into the cloud.
This particular discussion, if you don't mind, if I could bring up the next story already, because this is super relevant to this topic we're already on, is the 5090 is exploding in price. Retailers are currently listing them for over 3,000, and they're projected to reach up to 5,000 in overall cost. For which I actually think this one's not that big of a deal either, because, dude, who the fuck buys the 90 series of GPUs? Like, almost nobody.
It could be a sign of things to come.
Who really
but
want big computers.
Yeah.
Like I think I looked up like the 5090 yesterday when I was reading the story, and I was like, I wonder what percentage of Steam is on the 5090. It's like 0.4%.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so
people are generally opting for like a 5080 if they're getting a 50 series. Because it's such a marginal increase in performance, from my understanding, that it's not worth the insane extra price of getting a 5090.
If you get a high-end 5080 that's like pre-overclocked and has a good cooler, you're probably looking at the time when I built, it was around $1,500. That's what I paid for mine. If you're willing to settle for a regular one that's a little more standard, you're probably looking at $1,200. Dude, the cheapest 5090 that I found was $2,500 at the time.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Nope.
Like that's why like I considered. I was like, well, this is gonna be my last computer for probably a good long while. Maybe I should ball out and do it. And then I saw that it was $1,000 more, and I was like, never mind.
Right.
And that mostly comes down to how the 5090 is much more useful for running AI than it is for most other applications, which means that minor performance increase when it comes to video games is a major performance increase when it comes to like running a large language model. Which no small part of this is even people running their own rigs to run AI. If you're a consumer who's an advanced consumer who's trying to create his own rig to make to run your own model, you're gonna have to do that on like 5090s, and that's that sort of thing obviously is becoming a part of the demand here, and all computer parts as of current are kind of getting hit by this slow wave of demand, which the particular crazy thing about this to me is that all of this is for data centers, right? The main thing is that they're just building huge fucking data centers. The problem is that with all of the data centers that are currently under construction and all of the hardware that has been ordered for these data centers that are also currently under construction, the United States infrastructure for the electricity needed to run those data centers just doesn't exist right now. We literally could not build them all in the time period projected because our electricity grid would not be capable of handling the load.
Which is like, okay, why don't these companies help build that infrastructure first? And it's because it's fucking too expensive, and they want to offload it to everyone in the surrounding area.
It's well within their benefit not to. If you are a giant company, you want massive barriers for entry to other competitors who are trying to get in. And so if OpenAI opens their data centers first, then the next major company that is trying to open their data centers has to contend with the fact that the electricity grid can't handle more data centers, and OpenAI already has theirs.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And it means that a lot of these parts that are exploding in price right now, they're exploding because of demand from companies who are buying massive amounts of it, and most of that hardware is not going to go to use. It's just actually not going to get used.
It's going to go sit. Which you would hope that this eventually leads to a massive surplus of this kind of shit within like.
I do think that if the AI bubble pops, we're going to run into like a renaissance of used computer parts where, like a data center shuts down and you've got dozens or hundreds of 5090 CPUs just thrown back into the market. A little cooked, mind you. They've been, well worn, but now are going to be so cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, just all right. I bought two $700 5090s, and I mishmashed the board and parts off of them to make a working 5090 for $1,400. All right, let's go. Let's fucking go to town.
You're gonna be going through these cards like they're Xbox 360s.
Yeah, I think aside from the overall consumer crash of a massive economic crash from AI being a bubble is bad, and that would lead to other problems as a consumer. I think that PCs are gonna benefit from that. I think the overall cost of hardware will go way down. Specifically, I also think that hardware manufacturers have been building out their capacity as a response to this massive demand.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Data companies. And that capacity isn't going to go away when these companies are no longer making that huge demand for AI.
It very much reminds me of the .com bubble or the like smart app bubble that both happened.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to that CES during the smart app, smartphone mania, Aaron, and it just reminds me of how every company was trying to ride the smart wave.
Yep.
And I'm like, I've seen this movie before. I know what the result is, but the right now is a very obnoxious, annoying middle ground. Is basically what it is.
We're on the rise. We see all the signs of it like crashing, which doesn't mean it's going away, but a lot of these people who are pushing and riding this craze, like a lot of that craze is going to go away. Not all of it, but it's going to come back down, and maybe we'll benefit from it on the other side.
I actually think that there are some benefits that could be happening in the next year or two, such as our next story. But before we get into that, such as the what's it called? More optimization. It's like, oh, well, we can't count on you having 32 gigs of RAM.
Mm-hmm.
We can't count on you having a 5080. Like,
that would be great if hey, man, we are not going to be taking advantage of the latest and greatest stuff anyway. And even if we were, the gains are marginal. Maybe this will finally be the push where people are like, oh, maybe we just ride this out for a while longer.
Look, I've been playing Metroid Prime 4 this past week, and that game on a Switch 2 looks incredible. And that is a Switch 2, a device that, quite frankly, is probably floating somewhere around a 2050. Yeah. So everybody chill.
I think that specifically the next story, let's just get into the next story. The PS6 and the next Xbox could be delayed thanks to AI.
They probably are. There have been this has been a story that got a lot of leaks this year and a lot of play this week.
And just so people know, I can't pull up the news story, so we're just gonna hang on this article over here.
Okay, great, super. I love when stuff breaks.
Yeah, no, this is just breaking. So
the idea here is the same as the prior. RAM is the primary issue in this case, and the the lack of RAM availability means that any consoles that they would have been making would have been crazy expensive, and so they're just waiting for things to cool down. So they're likely delaying possible 2027 or 2028 console releases. And
sorry, go ahead. Good.
Well, I was going to say that I think that this kind of can be a good thing for games, in that I think that it means that developers have to make sure your game still runs on an Xbox One S, right? So like
Series S. Yeah. I think it's a good. So I was saying even before this crazy RAM stuff that this generation needs to be extended. The fact that most people couldn't even get a system till the middle of 2022 was, a big part of that. I think the fact that, like I said, I'm on about a high end of PC as you can get. Duncan, you're in a similar boat. And yeah, they look better than the console counterpart, like totally, and they run better. But it's not like it's a fucking generational mind melding gap. This is not the gap in like 2007 when you looked at Halo 3, then you looked at Crisis.
Right.
This is not that gap. This is just isn't it. So, and I play games on the PS5 in the living room. It's fine. These games look good enough. I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in the living room, and I think that this generation, I was saying it should go to 2030. I think the only one that needed to upgrade anytime soon was the Switch. It did. It got a nice big upgrade. Those games look great. They run great. But yeah, I think that 2030 is fine. 2031 even, dude. Like, I don't think you've tapped into these. Nope. I think Xbox won't like that. I think Xbox is gonna go full steam ahead with every dumb thing they're doing.
Why not?
couple comments in the chat. How long were you using that 30,000 series GPU, and we're up to current? I could have still been running that 3080. The only real problem I ran into is I ran into some VRAM bottlenecks, but even then, like if I was willing to like drop down textures a little bit to like medium, I would have been fine.
I played a little bit of the Resi 4 remake on this card, and it was fine.
Yeah, and then the year of the indie, yeah, like the past year or so has been a lot of AA and a lot of indies.
No, I was gonna say, like the year of indie, we're in the era of indies. This is like the time.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think that
if you look at the most successful games of the year, I think that most of them are from the indie sphere. I think that like indie is having this crazy level of it's we're in an indie renaissance.
I would say indie and then AA.
Sure.
I think that I consider Expedition 33 a AA. It has a publisher. It has like money behind it. Like that's AA game. I don't care what they can scream indie all they want.
Indie to AA, like. Like
that. In fact, the AAA game this year, Battlefield was great, which fucking it should have been with 3 studios working on it. Dear Christ. I think the Nintendo output has been good. Their games were good this year. I liked Mario Kart. I liked Donkey Kong. Pokemon ZA was a step in the right direction, and that was like Ghost of Yotei was good. And like that, and that was kind of it. Like everything else was like.
Well, people liked Silent Hill F.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good. That was solid. But like a lot of the biggest stuff, like I was disappointed by Doom: The Dark Ages. I was, Black Ops 7 is the worst Call of Duty in years.
Right.
It's
taking more and more years and more money to make these AAA games, and then in the process of it taking that long and just trying to make it the biggest, most successful thing ever, they end up falling short and not making enough money in the process anyway.
And then like even the stuff that did come out of good like AAA studios that I really liked, it was the smaller games. Like I really loved Digimon Story Time Stranger. That's a Namco game, but it feels like a AA game. I really loved Shinobi. That was made by an indie studio funded by Sega. I really dug Sword of the Sea. Keeper is fully funded by Microsoft, but it's like, dude, that's a Tim Schafer game. Like, it's 3 hours long.
Right.
So it's like even the AAA games that are hitting are not like Borderlands 4.
Right.
Like Borderlands 4 did not like fucking shake the world. It was good. I played it. I'm gonna keep playing it with my girlfriend. But yeah, I think the stuff that's really hitting, especially with the enthusiast audience, the person who would be listening to this show, is like indie games, AA games, the more niche end of AAA even. And then maybe Nintendo, depending on who you are. Like,
I particularly think that the effect of this massive like increase in cost of PC parts means that PC gaming is going to switch even more indie, because I don't think that studios will properly respond by optimizing their games to work for worse hardware quickly enough, whereas indie kind of already has. A huge benefit you run into in playing a lot of indie games is that, as someone who plays mostly indie games, is that they run on potatoes. They just work on like most things. You rarely run into an indie game that has this really hard PC draw, because the indie developer doesn't have the resources to make something that is big enough to make your PC really work.
Well, like, even using the AAA space, you think about how long that optimization takes. Monster Hunter, wildly panned on PC, right? Like, just wildly panned for its performance issues. It finally, last month, got a patch to make it run better on PC and use less VRAM, and they are planning another one along with a Steam Deck patch for this month. And it has been, 9 months, almost a year in the case of the second one. So it's like, yeah, dude, it takes a full year of optimization just to get these games to run the way they should on computers that are not amazing. And that in itself is a problem.
If you instead opt to pick up like Barony, a game that I'm a big fan of, is having like a new major update come out with a big content expansion, and if you pick that up, it's gonna run on like a 2019 Mac Mini.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I mean, you look at Hades 2, right? And you need a quad core processor with a 2060. There you go. And that's recommended. Like, it's even Expedition 33. That's a gorgeous looking Unreal Engine game. It recommends a 3060 Ti.
Yeah.
Like,
one of the friends that I play a lot of these indie games with, particularly like a lot of the friend swap games, he has like a really busted old laptop, and that's all he's got. And so when we pick a game that we're going to play as a group, we have to consider how optimized it is, because if it's something that requires like basically any good PC, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work on his computer at all. And you would think that would be more of a regular consideration, but it just isn't. We almost never need to think about it.
Well, yeah, and I think like another example is like, look at the game like Dispatch, right? Like Dispatch was one of the biggest games this past year, right?
Yeah.
And granted, that game
CD player.
Sorry, what?
I said that could run on a CD player. It's an FMV game.
It outside of the dispatching, yes, and its recommended specs is a 1050, a GPU from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it's not a fucking insane push, and I think that like we've just hit this point of it takes so long to optimize a big AAA game correctly unless you have a very capable engine that's built purpose for whatever you're doing. Like, I'm sure RE9 will run great because the RE engine is very mature and it's built for that kind of game. But yeah, so I think that there's that. And then indies, yeah, they're benefiting from that. And the software development tech has also matured a lot as well because of the fact that it is easier than ever to get a game up and running and then start optimizing it. So it's, comment in the chat. Game engines are also optimizing, quote, behind the curve, and indies are benefiting. Yes. And, you don't need the latest and greatest even for a great looking game. I think that there's, like 3 or 4 games from the past couple of years that make the most of even a 3080 Ti. Now, if you're streaming and recording video and, you want native 4K without DLSS or FSR, then okay, yeah, you go buy a 5090, you psycho.
Right.
Yeah, but as for the new consoles, though, yeah, it's,
it'd be
like,
ridiculous.
Dude,
I'm be ridiculous to be trying to like, all right, I'm saving up for the next console right now. God, I can't imagine.
Well, like, think of it this way, like, Tears of the Kingdom got ported to the Switch 2, and it runs at native 4K, and it does a bunch of crazy physics stuff. Like, multiple developers will tell you that game's physics engine is crazy. It is witchcraft. Do we really need games to look and do crazier shit than Tears of the Kingdom right now?
Not particularly.
I don't think so.
No. No, like, stop it.
We don't have to.
Stop it.
You can just make a good game.
Get some... Yes, exactly. Like, fucking, if your game cannot be reasonably working on a Steam Deck or a Switch 2, it is poorly optimized, or you have some anti-cheat shit going on. But like that's it. That's it. Like, I'm sorry. Expedition 33 works on a Steam Deck. What's your excuse?
Yeah.
Like, we're fucking stop it. Fucking, like, it was so obvious when I played that, like, Metal Gear remake. Like, I think that's a great game. I really enjoyed it. It's a remake of my favorite game. But it is so clearly unoptimized. It is so fucking like when you're like you are looking at it and then you're seeing the performance you're getting on like a 5080 or like a similar graphics card. You're like, yeah, it runs at 60 and it's locked and it looks good, but this is so obviously not running the way it could if they bothered to put a bunch of time into this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I think 2031 is fine.
Yeah.
Sony is still apparently working on a hybrid system. Like they're going to do their two-tiered strategy where they have what would be your traditional PS6, which will be, priced like $700-800, and then the rumor is they are working on what is essentially a PS5 that is portable, like a Switch,
Okay.
a hybrid. And it is about as powerful as a PS5, maybe a little bit more. So it's like, okay, so literally we are going to be stuck on the PS5 is the where we're living for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
PS5 games look great. Focus on making a good game.
Yep. That's it.
Well, good. Hey,
Yep.
guess what? Nintendo figured that out 20 years ago.
And in fact, because they figured it out 20 years ago, people are going back.
Oh.
They're going
Yes.
back to the Nintendo 3DS.
Good
And our next-
Yeah, they
segue. Look at that.
The used Nintendo 3DS systems are suddenly getting way more expensive.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, dude, I looked up my 3DS. So I have a special edition 3DS. I have the Majora's Mask one.
Mhm.
I have the Majora's Mask new 3DS XL,
Like
and it
$400
is
bucks.
that's like for $400 or $500. Open box used.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I think that this does not just have to do with people being like, oh man, the 3DS has great games on it. I want to revisit my 3DS.
No, because if they
I
want to do
think-
that, they could pay $300 for an IN4 and just play it there
Right.
via emulation. Like, yeah.
I think that a lot of what has to do with the fact is that 3DSs are very easy to mod now. They're very easy to mod now. And then you just have the entire game library of the 3DS for free. And it's like so convenient. They have applications for modded 3DSs that just put you in the Nintendo eShop, but the games are free.
That's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
All right. Why not?
I think that particular program got patched out, but it was called the Nintendo Free Shop, and it just worked the same, and you just got the game for free. And there's a lot of games on there that you can. I mean, you can easily dump hundreds of hours into a 3DS.
Yeah, it is at this point probably my second or third favorite handheld of all time.
Yeah. So $350 for the amount of value proposition that a modded 3DS gets you is like, it's really good.
Yeah, which true. But I do think that there is a level of like people just want authentic hardware because like, dog,
Yeah.
you can get an IN4, like the maxed out one, and just emulate all this for $430, and have probably a better experience in a lot of ways.
I do think that people just generally prefer the authentic hardware where available.
They do totally. I think that, and then there is a level of fuckery to getting something like an IN4 up and running correctly. But I remember when I saw this thing getting popular last year, and I was like, man, if Duncan wanted to move into emulation land,
Right.
this seems like a perfect device for him. I'm posting in the Arbiters chat. This thing just it's dual OLED screens. Like it's
Oh yeah, that's
powerful
really
enough.
nice.
Yeah, you don't have a second analog nub. You have a second analog stick.
Yeah. It's
I
great,
wanna say
particularly for Monster Hunter.
Yes, I also think that realistically,
it's crazy that the nub exists solely for Monster Hunter. It's an entire feature of the console that was for one game.
it's that how big that game is in Japan, dude.
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, if you really want to fuck around with something like an Iron Thor, you can probably get up to GameCube and PS2 pretty well. Like I think that you start running into problems that Switch and PS3.
Well,
Is
something people actually demonstrated is that in modding the 3DS, you can run Assassin's Creed Shadows on it.
All right.
Yeah, that game actually does have some pretty good optimization. Like it has a Switch 2 port that is kind of incredible.
Yeah.
So it's, but yeah, man, if you're still okay paying $300 to $430, but you kind of want more out of your money, and Iron Thor might be the way to go instead of buying a native 3DS.
I was thinking for years too, because it used to be a little more difficult to mod these 3DSs, but it's not crazy hard.
Yeah.
I ended up modding like 4 of them in my house. And the conclusion I came to was like, man, these things are worth like $150 more when they're modded. Like if you can go online at the time, you could go online, you could buy one of these for $200 and then sell one of them for $350. And it's like an hour or 2 of work.
I mean, if you want to talk about like very low effort but make a lot of money in terms of emulating and mods, there are people who make SD cards for Steam Deck and for these emulation handhelds like the Thor and its like ilk, where they literally are just taking a giant ROM dump with a script and that boots into like a shell for all these emulators like EmuDeck, and they're charging what they probably spent like a couple days of their life making, and the cost of the SD card, and selling it for like $200 each. So they're making like and they're just churning them out now that they have the files made and all the ROM set up for you.
Yeah, because once it's set up, it's set up. You just
you just keep throwing it on new SD cards and you keep selling them. It is absolutely a paying for convenience feature. I'm like, I see these advertised on TikTok and YouTube a lot. That is not free. So these guys have to be making a good enough money off of this to justify it.
What's great about the story of the 3DS though is the 3DS has now fully crystallized, right? And it's actually relatively recent, like within the past year or 2, that it finally was 100% done. But obviously support stopped for the 3DS quite a while ago at this point.
Well, 4 years ago, I believe.
Yeah. But they kept sending updates to the 3DS just to break mods. Like,
that's awesome.
They kept doing it every once in a while. They'd come out and they go, "Oh, minor update," and it just broke a way to mod the 3DS. So what people did for the entire lifespan of the 3DS is they would find an exploit on that would allow you to mod the 3DS, and then they would find another exploit, and they wouldn't release it. There was a cabal of console modders who knew about a secret exploit that they weren't using, so that when they patched out the current way that people mod 3DSs, they could then immediately release another way to mod the 3DS.
That's right.
And that happened the entire time. They never got ahead of it. There was no point in the 3DS life cycle where it was actually not possible to mod it.
It's like the PSP.
Always able to do it.
It's just like the PSP. I remember like Sony had a similar situation with the PSP, if not worse, because people didn't buy PSP games; they largely just pirated them. And yeah, same thing. Comment in the chat. Just be careful. Nintendo Pinkertons don't hunt you down.
Yeah.
They did go after some people, but they didn't really start coming after people legally until the Switch. When people were modding the Switch, then they got really mad.
And in all fairness, they didn't really even go after you then, unless you were stupid enough to try and charge money for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And or go on Twitch and be like, "You can't touch me, Nintendo," and calling them out like you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like people who like, what was it, Breath of the Wild, where people were like playing it? No, it's Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, Tears of the Kingdom,
playing
yeah.
it like a whole day early. Or no, it was like a week early. It was way early.
Way early.
What was that? We covered this news story earlier the year. I run the streets.
Yeah,
that guy.
That guy.
You run the game industry. I run the streets.
That was a fun story.
Yeah, like, I am. Yeah, here we go. Nintendo wins lawsuit against pirate who boasted, "You might run a corporation, but I run the streets." And his name, and he was every game guru, and yeah, like, okay, look, I'm, if you're hard up on cash, can't afford it, I understand pirating games. I even understand doing it if you have other, things going on in your life, like whatever.
Yeah.
For you to go on Twitch, show off that you're doing it, and taunt the corporation, start to get fucking skull fucked by a lawsuit. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
There's a level of stupid where it's just like,
where you just screw yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
the last thing I would say in regards, well, not the last, but I think an important thing to bring up about this story is that Pokemon is evidently relevant to the rise of cost here.
Oh yes, yes.
Pokemon's generational run for the past 3 years of just nothing but rising prices in all Pokemon related hardware of any kind is obviously affecting things here.
I had the urge to play Soul Silver on authentic hardware recently. And I went to look up a copy of Soul Silver.
So like $140.
Yeah, if you want an authentic copy with the case, yeah, like $140. The funny part is the hardware to play it on, like you just want a DS Lite, it's like $80.
Those are super cheap. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I can get a pink DS Lite for like nothing.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, currently the best hardware to play a DS game on, which is like the hardware with the largest screen basically, is a 2DS. The 2DS
isn't the new 3DS XL have a bigger screen?
Much bigger screen, yes. But DS games have super fucked up proportions when you put them on the more modern DSs. And so the last one that actually properly displays the game is the 2DS.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, because I was on eBay with Anthony last night, and I was just like looking at, we were looking at like how much it costs and how much we could sell our Pokemon stuff for. Which the answer is, I probably have about $1,500 of Pokemon sitting in my closet.
There you go.
Which that's cool.
I got it right over there.
Yeah, and but then I was also looking, and I'm just like, man, I could just buy a DS for $68 and just go to town playing all this old shit. Especially because I actually looked up our local game store, their DS library online, and they have a ton of stuff, and it's like dirt cheap.
Oh yeah,
it's like
game?
dirt. Yeah, like it is like dirt like
if it's not Pokemon, they have it.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like next Saturday, Anthony and I are talking about going to Captain Games to go retro game shopping if you want to join us.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down to hop into some Captain Games.
Yeah.
Wait.
But the point that they point out about the cost of Pokemon games in this article is that the dual pack of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, both 3DS games, is now $1,169.
Nope.
Great. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is the point of this?
Well, it's crazy because of how easy it is to just download Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire on a modded 3DS.
Yep.
And unlike older generations, because if you're talking Gen 5 and earlier, there is a reason to get authentic hardware, and that's that the Poke Transporter, the thing that allows you to move Pokemon up in generations, doesn't work on fake hardware. It just doesn't function. So
God.
the thing is that on 3DS, none of that is the case. Like the 3DS is when they introduced you being able to download the games directly, and so you can just download them and they operate fully as intended, and there's no issues. So it's really just up to rarity at this point. And weirdly enough, the prevalence of downloaded games, the fact that they introduced the online versions of them at the 3DS generation does make 3DS games a bit rarer than you would think, because a lot of people just purchase them digitally, and that means that fewer cartridges got sold than,
Which,
mind you, not fewer than previous generations. I think they still outsold prior generations, but it's less than you would have theoretically expected.
yeah, dude, it's crazy that just the cartridge by itself with my copy of Pokemon X is $70, and a complete in-box one is going for like $150. What? Why? What the fucking mental
like their
illness?
collections.
Wow, dude, I am sitting on like a gold mine.
Yeah.
God, if I fucking like, dear Lord.
People say that if you had the ability to time travel, you should tell yourself to go invest in Apple or Amazon or something. No, invest in Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah, I just like the idea of
cards.
Just go to my Toys R Us and like, I would like your palette of first edition Pokemon boosters, please.
Yeah. A box of Pokemon boosters. You know how much that goes for now? A sealed box? It's like $80,000.
Oh my god. Okay. People are
hold
nuts.
on.
Nope. I'm good.
Hold on.
I don't wanna deal with any of this.
I'm gonna look up how much a base set sealed booster is. One pack of unlimited sealed booster is $600 for a pack, a single pack.
Nope.
Wow, that's fucking.
Let me look up the number here. Jesus Christ. Okay. Listen to this.
All right.
Logan Paul kicked this whole thing off in 2021 by purchasing a first edition base set Pokemon booster box for $3.5 million.
God. See, the problem is now they print so much that none of this is like that rare anymore. So you're actually not getting any like value out of hoarding this shit outside of stuff that like randomly gets lucky.
Yeah, now it's casino shit. It's slot machine. It's did I get a god pack that has like $12,000 worth of cards in it? Otherwise, the rest of these things aren't appreciating in value. They're garbage.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real though. Like I have a real sense of nostalgia for Gen 1 and Gen 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a big fan of Gen 1 and Gen 2. I always will be. Like Soul Silver in my mind is the best Pokemon game forever. And like when they put out that Pokemon TCG 151, and it's literally just the original 151, I was like, I suddenly have a strong urge to collect Pokemon cards. Like I just like it was sick. It was like a fucking it was like a CIA trigger phrase of just like the original Pokemon must kill the president. Like just fucking just wild. It was wild.
About that Logan Paul thing I mentioned. The box that he purchased was fake.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that. It's hilarious. Which, I mean, you know, couldn't happen to a nicer guy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no. This Pokemon 151 set, it looks awesome. Like fucking I would collect a full set of this and display it. It looks amazing.
I'm so glad I don't have this sickness that seems to affect the majority of human beings.
Right.
Which one?
The collecting, the searching for value in every single thing, gambling.
I've got it. I avoid things like this. Like
well, it's Aaron. It's the exact reason I stopped playing TCGs.
Oh right, yeah.
It's like the amount of money that I spent on Yu-Gi-Oh. Mm-hmm. I probably could have sent myself through college twice.
Right.
Like it fucking crazy. Like the amount of like I looked up my amiibo collection out of curiosity. That's like $2,000 a figure sitting in a glass case right now.
Right.
Like
Is that including the case?
like should no in case it's up to 2,200.
Damn.
But yeah, so like yeah, no, dude, it's fucking it's sickness. It is a sickness.
Right.
I mean, have you heard about the Kabutops person?
Okay,
no, I want to hear about
what
the
is
Kabutops
this?
person.
Or
What is
or-
this?
Wait, is it Kabutops or is it Kabuto?
Gotcha is a drug.
Kabutops,
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Gotcha
card.
is a drug.
Doesn't
I agree with
affect
that
me, but I
comment.
can see
So-
the effect it has on others.
It's Kabuto. There's a person who's
just
purchasing every single first edition Kabuto card.
Oh,
They now have the majority of all of them
Okay.
that exist,
Okay.
which has made the card insanely valuable.
Oh my god.
so okay. I want to become this guy, but with Snorlax.
That's the thing. I don't mind this for
I'll
like
be-
I want to get this is my favorite Pokemon. I want to get all the cards for this one Pokemon. That's fine. But like of course then it has to be made a thing of around money.
That's the thing. It's not even just I want to get all the cards of this Pokemon, like a copy of every card. They want all the cards.
He wants every Kabutops.
Every
Oh,
single
like-
Kabuto
Oh.
that has ever been made.
like
how
everything is
Kaiba-
terrible collecting all the Jerry Maguire VHS tapes.
or that guy who is
Kaiba's
collecting
the
all the
perfect
Shrek
example.
VHS tapes.
Oh my
Have you seen this guy?
Kaiba-
No.
all the Shrek VHS tapes.
That's a fun project.
Yeah, this guy is collecting every single Shrek VHS tape in existence.
Sure.
That is his goal.
Kabuto was originally pennies. Nobody cared about Kabuto.
Right.
It's a trash card to receive if you open a first edition pack. Kabuto is now $40.
Because of this one man.
This one guy, Kabuto King, they call him.
But hey, look, damn it. I don't know. Yeah, getting every Kabuto, that's money down the drain at some point. But I still kind of understand that seems like a dumb, fun thing to do. But then all
Does
the
seem like a
craze
dumb, fun
around
thing
it,
to
just
do.
like, God damn it, you guys.
I don't know. I understand wanting to complete a set. Like I actually understand the guy who's like, I want the full set of X set more than I understand the guy who wants every Kabuto in existence.
It's less that I understand, like in terms of like being a rational thing to do. I just think it's a fun, dumb thing to do, and on that level, I get it.
I guess my question, Aaron, for you is like, do you have any like addiction or compulsion? Like man, I am fucking so jealous of you. That's insane. That's insane.
I struggle to get addicted to things. Like
that is, oh,
it
God,
makes it so
that
like I
is-
can't
that sounds like a
complete
It's so
shit.
easy to hook.
It's
I'm a fish with a big open mouth, swallowing hooks all the time.
I'm addicted to dropping stuff I start. That's what I'm addicted to.
yeah, like I'm fucking. Oh man, you want to talk about like? I mean, like there was. I think the like peak addiction for me for like card games is definitely Yu-Gi-Oh. But I think in general, like if I really get hooked in on something, like when I was trying to hit #1 in the server for Plot Warrior, like I was basically treating World of Warcraft like a second 12-hour day job.
Right.
like if I get locked in enough on something, like, oh dude, fucking that'll carry me. But yeah, speaking of Pokemon, that's our next story, right?
Yes, it is our next
Yeah.
story. Look at this. Pokemon is got the 30th anniversary coming, and people have
Does.
expectations that are going to get dashed, but that's fine.
Yeah, they showed a little video of the fat Pikachu, my favorite kind of Pikachu, with a ball.
You'll find this here.
Just scroll a
So-
little down on the
Yeah.
thing. It's
The
the first
expectation
thing.
here that people have is that on the 30th anniversary, they're going to reveal Gen 10.
Hmm.
That is what
I can see that.
people are thinking.
It's been a while. It's been what, 4 years, 3 years?
Well, specifically, the Terra leak, which is a big leak that happened a while back,
Yeah, we reported
about
that, didn't we?
Pokemon, revealed that they're pretty deep in development for Gen 10, and they already have titles, they have stuff planned already. People believe it's going to be called Pokemon Wind and Waves. And
Okay.
because it's been so widely discussed already, people are thinking, especially given that it's the 30th anniversary, that they're going to finally pull the trigger and reveal Gen 10. So I hope they do.
It's a rational decision. I also have gotten my hopes dashed multiple times by Nintendo, and so setting expectations for anything
Especially with
decent
Pokemon.
is to set yourself up for disappointment. But it would make sense.
I imagine we'll also likely see stuff about Pokemon Pokopia.
Yes.
Yeah, that's out in March.
Yeah,
that's out in March.
Yeah.
That's out like soon.
Yep.
Yeah, so they are almost certainly going to be showing us more on that.
Looking forward to that.
Given how close it is. And I mean, the true dream that everybody wants is for the Nintendo eShop to have older Pokemon games on it.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
So, I mean, you want to talk about if Nintendo is like, I think that not necessarily all of them, but I think we will get Gen 1 on the eShop. Or not the eShop, but the virtual console, not the virtual console, the fucking NSO, like the subscription service.
Yeah,
they will lock Gen 1 to the subservice.
That's feasible because it was already the case on the 3DS. Them just moving that forward to exist on the
NSO
Switch is totally feasible. It's just what people want is they want Gen 3. They want Gen 3 to be available on the Switch. That's what they really want.
No, you go back in your hole.
There is an entire generation of Pokemon fans that love Gen 3 the way we enjoy 1 and 2. So
and I understand that, and I even like Gen 3 to an extent, but I'm telling you that Nintendo's response to you is because that's when the decline happened for them. Nintendo's response to you is going to be go back in your hole.
The thing is that with Gen 3, they made remakes on 3DS.
Yep.
So what they're probably going to do is they're going to say, fuck off, buy the remake. And even if they do make a version of Gen 3 available to you on the Switch, it's probably going to be something to do with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, or it's going to be more like the Let's Go series, because the reason they're not giving us the Gen 3 Gen 1 remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green, is because they have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and they go, what do you mean? We have Gen 1.
Yeah.
We have Gen 1 remakes. You don't need another one.
So Gen 2? Question mark?
Gen 2, they might do something for. The big question is if they're ever going to put DS games on the Switch. Right? Because the only example we have is Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which are full remakes.
That were not very good. That were not.
That were very bad and outsourced.
Yeah, so I think that they are going to save DS games, like Nintendo as a whole is going to save DS games themselves for a later time. We're getting Virtual Boy sometime in the next month or two, and it's going to have its own stupid accessory to go with it. I think they're going to have to do something like that for the DS.
Like a DS accessory, like a secondary screen that you can connect.
And that is going to be expensive, and Nintendo is probably really tired of people talking about this shit with price. So they're probably going to hold off on that.
Look, if you released the Wii U for the Switch, which is what you would need, you get your second screen, your controller with a screen on it, and you put that out for the Switch, and then you said it's the only way to play this massive ton of Pokemon games that we're immediately putting out for it. They put, they put Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond, Pearl, Black, White 1 and Black, White 2 on on this like handheld extra thing that you have to purchase. If it's like $250, people are still buying it. People are still like
I don't
that would
doubt
absolutely
they will. It's just a matter of, I think right now Nintendo is so tired of the conversation being on price and price focused that they're just like, come on, let's hold off a bit. Like I think that is the vibe, and I think that Wind and Waves supposed to come out later this year, according to all the leaks. Looking here, it looks like they had the stuff they showed was a beta. They had some concept art, some concept footage. So yeah, I don't know. It seems like their first Eternal ROM was in December of 23. They had some stuff running in early 2024. So you would hope the full thing is out this year. Seems like a pretty big map as a whole. It's very island focused, island themed. Now I could see them adding regular Ruby and Sapphire to the GBA stuff. I can see them doing gens 1, 2, and 3 to the GBA stuff, but you know.
The most I could possibly hope for is Gen 3 being added to the GBA stuff. I still don't think it's happening. But you know, that's the like honestly the best case scenario.
I will say that this little video they put out makes me think they're going to do something with Gen 1. Not necessarily a remake, but just putting them on NSO.
Yeah, I think that's super feasible.
So you want to talk about having an addiction? I enjoy a good Gen 1 remake. I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was fantastic. I loved it very much, but also it wasn't a full remake because it was kind of mixing it with Pokemon Go. It's like, hey, you're just capturing wild Pokemon. We're not going to worry about battling unless it's trainers or gyms or stuff. And I enjoyed that experience personally, but it wasn't a full remake. What if it did a full Gen 1 remake and it's in this original style?
That'd be sick. I'd love it. I think cool. I mean, if you want to talk about some stuff that I wouldn't mind is like doing a Pokemon Gen 1 or Gen 2 remake, but in like the Octopath Traveler Dragon Quest remake art.
Sure.
I think that could be fucking sick.
Yeah.
That 2.5D pixel art thing.
It'd be nice when they finally figured out how to make a console Pokemon game, which they are still not there yet, but they're getting there. When they finally pull it off, then you do a full 3D Gen 1 remake.
I suspect before we get any more remakes of earlier games that we're going to get the Gen 5 remake. And it's probably going to be outsourced to
shitty. Which... I mean, that just doesn't change much for Gen 5. It's already shitty, so...
I enjoy it for what it was.
Cool. It's got the best pixel art of any of the games. It's got the most impressive towns. The characterization's good.
I did not like Gen 5. That's... Well, I love Gen 1 and 2. I like Gen 3. I didn't play 4. Never played any part of 4 besides the remakes, Soul Silver and Heart Gold. 5 I came back for, was wildly disappointed. Loved 6. Have not liked anything post 6 except for ZA. So
I enjoyed Gen 1 and 2. Skip 3 and 4. Just Gen 2 already, like the Pokemon designs were not appealing to me as much as Gen 1 was, so I was already kind of like but Gen 5 came back because it was the American region, and
America.
Enjoyed the story up until the very end. I understand why it ended the way it did, but I kind of like the story a lot. The Pokemon designs, probably up to that point, probably my least interested. That was
it's also the generation they take away all your favorite buddies. You know, like you go into Gen 5. Black and White 1, and they have fully regional decks aside from like 2 or 3, you know, like they have Pikachu, but like for the most part every Pokemon available to you for the entire game is only new Pokemon from Gen 5, because they have this idea of remaking like rebooting at Gen 5.
So I remember Anthony and I last year at some point went through and decided to look through every generation of Pokemon, like the actual Pokemon themselves. And the conclusion I came to, the worst Pokemon are Gen 5 and then Scarlet and Violet. It is almost all terrible, terrible Pokemon. It is like just the absolute worst.
They those generations do have a couple Pokemon that I really, really enjoy that are like in my top 10.
Absolutely.
But
Golurk?
like as a whole,
Golurk's sick.
yeah, Golurk's cool. I'm a big fan of Hydreigon. That was Gen 5.
Let me
And Ceruledge,
pull up
which I really love, is in Scarlet and Violet.
Oh yeah.
But like as a whole, those regions just like damn.
I like Victini.
Flash.
Yeah, Aegislash.
I like Superior.
Wasn't Aegislash Gen 6?
I think
Gen
Aegislash
7?
is Gen 6.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah,
was
it's Gen 6.
I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty sure so. I'm going through the Gen 5 decks right now. Hold on. God, there are so many Pokemon here. They're fucking trash.
That's right, Garbodor.
Yeah, he's trash.
Rubbish.
Literally trash.
Literally.
That's what makes him great, though.
That was the ice cream cone generation.
Lefkey, I believe. Rotom.
Oh, I
don't hate the ice cream cone, and I don't hate Klefki either.
I actually, well, speaking of dumb Pokemon that I like from that generation, I actually do like Chandelure.
Oh yeah, Chandelure is great.
Chandelure. I have a shiny Chandelure for my ZA team.
Nice.
Oh, I like Keldeo. That's from that generation.
Great.
Keldeo's from that gen. He's great. So, yeah, that's kind of the ones from there. Gen 10, I think, is the newest one, right? That's Gen 10, right? Or is that Gen 9?
Yep.
Nah.
No, the newest one's Gen 9. Gen 10 is the one that they're going to be announcing.
Right.
So I also think part of me thinks Gen 10 is coming out this year because Nintendo very clearly does not have anything set up for that quarter yet. Or for the holiday season, that really sweet. And like, I think of the timeline of all their other games, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's like, this is definitely happening.
Right.
Okay, so I'm looking at the Gen 9. I like Meowscarada.
Yes.
Meowscarada's
one of my
great.
favorites.
Yeah, Meowscarada.
Squawkabilly's pretty good. I like Squawkabilly.
I don't even.
He's the Elvis parrot.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah, no, I actually, upon looking at this, Gen 9 might actually have the worst Pokemon.
It's not great.
Yeah, Gen 9's pretty bad.
It's pretty rough.
Cyclizar is part of Gen 9.
I just,
okay. I like Slitherwing. That one's pretty alright.
Slitherwing
that one
is pretty good.
See here, I look up.
That's a Paradox Pokemon though, so it kind of doesn't count.
Oh, it's one of those.
Run.
Okay, yeah.
I think both the legendaries look stupid in a way where I like them. The motorcycle Pokemon.
God, God, the motorcycle tumor chest. Yeah.
I got pissed off by Scarlet specifically because in Violet, Miraidon spins the wheels. But Koraidon in Scarlet just runs.
That's weird. Well, I understand the theming. Scarlet's like the prehistoric theme, and then the other one's high tech. I get it.
Why's it got fucking wheels? That's a dog. That's a running dog.
You know, why is a garbage bag talking to me? You know, there's a lot of questions. This was the gen I realized, like, I don't care. Why am I pretending to care? There's enough Pokemon I like. Yeah, make your garbage Pokemon. Whatever.
Wait, but this is the generation that introduced Doggy Dory and Monkey Dory.
Yep.
I think some of the worst Pokemon ever made.
I don't know how to say
this. Even
this.
some of the megas in this generation are fucking stupid.
Okidogi is horrible. Okidogi and Monkey Dory.
I am looking at the megas that they added to ZA, and it's like, all right, Mega Raichu X is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Mega Dragonite's pretty dope. Mega Lucario Z, pretty sick.
ZA actually just added a lot of gas. ZA's new megas are dope.
Yeah.
Mega Chandelure, dope. Mega Delphox, dope. Mega Chestnut and Greninja, dope. Mega Pyroar is pretty alright. Mega Hawlucha might be the best Pokemon ever made.
It's really cool.
Mega Drampa is pretty funny. I like it.
Yeah, Mega Drampa.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, ZA had some cool ass megas, even then I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, there are some definitely Pokemon Scarlet ass designs in here that are hideous.
It's, you know,
Starmie.
Look at Monkey Dory. You're
Wait,
just
hang on,
scrolling past Monkey Dory. Is so bad.
Dory here. To go back down.
Got a comment in the chat.
No, you passed him. You passed
Trash
him.
bag.
Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's a purple monkey thing. There he is.
Dipplin
Okidogi and Monkey Dory.
Yep.
Look at those.
Dipplin,
Those are legendaries.
dude, Dipplin is just an apple.
Yep.
Dipplin is just a fucking apple.
Yeah. Why not?
I love Dipplin. No, I love Dipplin.
Oh,
And that's the thing is like at a certain point, it's like I don't care if they're stupid as long as I enjoy looking at them. At this point, like
I don't enjoy looking at that. No, it's really fucking ugly.
Dipplin. I don't know.
Yeah.
Monkey Dory, I don't like looking at.
Dipplin's the third evolution of the little apple dragon line that they introduced before. It's an alternate.
A Hydrapple looks unnerving and gross.
Hydrapple.
That thing looks gross.
Dipplin.
Hydrapple.
All right. So
And
anyway,
he's got custom moves. He's got new special moves.
That's wonderful.
Anyways, yeah, Pokemon. 30
Pokemon for 30th. Yeah. Next
I
month
am
we get a
hoping for the
video.
best. You know what I'd really like? I would like to see. I would like to see footage because I don't know. They're just celebrating Pokemon in general. I'd like to see some footage of the theme park area that they're making.
That'd be great. That'd be sick.
I think that we are gonna get footage of some stuff for Pokemon Go. I think we're gonna get the Virtual Console NSO Gen 1. I think we're gonna get Gen 10.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be our presentation.
That's
maybe some new merch related to Gen 1. That'd be cool.
They're gonna be having some merch. Did you see someone pointed out that the Gardevoir plush was not selling out and it's a recession indicator?
Recession indicator. Yeah.
All right.
They're selling out the life-size Gardevoir plush.
No, they're done. Boomers got their fill.
So of course,
Vaporeon sold out is the real answer.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a good question.
Of course, this whole thing relates to our next story.
Yes.
Pretty well. In that if Pokemon's reaching its 30th anniversary, then so are a lot of other major game franchises that released around the same time.
Yeah, fucking this year is crazy for that.
So we have
also the Vaporeon life-size plush is sold out.
Okay, all right, we're safe. All right,
okay,
we're good.
We're still okay for now. So the Legend of Zelda, Resident Evil, and 13 other major gaming franchises are all having anniversaries this year. Yeah. Obviously, everybody has an anniversary every year, so that should be a plain statement. But it's like a major anniversary.
Yes.
To these, Zelda is at its 40-year, Metroid at its 40-year, Dragon Quest at its 40-year, Kid Icarus at 40 years, and Castlevania at 40 years. So those all released in the same year.
Yeah.
And then we're getting Sonic at 35 years. Pokemon, as we just mentioned, at 30. Animal Crossing's hitting 25. Luigi's Mansion is hitting 25, and Pikmin is also hitting 25.
And some other ones from the article. Halo is hitting 25.
Yes, and Tomb Raider at 30.
Resident Evil at 25. Oh no, Resident Evil at 30 actually.
30. Persona is hitting 30, which I think I mentioned there.
Yeah, you mentioned Persona. Gears of War is not on here, but it's hitting 20.
Damn.
So yeah. The article also needs a correction. The Wii is hitting 20. The PS3 is hitting 20. The GameCube and Xbox are hitting 25.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of consoles are old, as it turns out, and we will all die one day.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do for the Zelda 40th. I think they're gonna do some fun stuff for that. I am betting on a Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD finally getting ported to Switch and Switch 2. That is my bet.
Well, most of these anniversaries are older than me, so I can't. To be fair, the 40 years are older than you guys too.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah, they are. I love Zelda, but Zelda is older than me.
Yeah.
By a good 5 years, it looks like.
There are various projects going on for people in relation to this. Persona, for example, has a Persona 4 revival likely to be announced sometime soon.
Pikmin has had an ESRB leak recently that they're doing a Switch 2 edition of 3 and 4. So
okay. Yeah.
Nintendo has teased some Zelda 40 stuff. Microsoft, in particular, in the dumbest possible thing, said the reason we didn't get an Xbox Wrapped this year is because their marketing team is instead working on all the anniversaries next year, which include the Xbox itself, Bethesda, Blizzard, Gears of War, Halo, and then one other franchise. And I'm just like, dude, it doesn't
ignore the 25 year. Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm just like, the Wrapped shouldn't take that long or hard to make. Why are we ignoring doing an Xbox Wrapped for these anniversaries? Isn't that just like an email and a fucking database? What the fuck?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Comment in the chat, insert happy birthday song.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I love that Microsoft, one of the biggest tech companies ever, is like, we couldn't do a wrap for Xbox. You wouldn't want to see it anyway, to be honest.
We couldn't even AI slop one out.
We couldn't even have an AI slop one tell you what your most played Xbox game is.
Give us another year. I know Discord could pull it off, but we can't.
Yep.
I know that every company in the world can do it but us, because we're apparently our marketing team is too busy planning like 7 anniversaries, which, okay, you literally couldn't get a marketing intern to make a quick email that says, here, pull this data.
Yeah.
Fucking serious?
Kind of wild.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Yep.
Well, anyway, yeah, speaking of games that are kind of old, and I believe this game actually might have a big anniversary next year. Technically, yes, it would be technically its 15th.
Oh.
If you're counting from 1.0.
Right.
14, which has been confirmed. I don't. It says seemingly confirmed. I don't know how much more confirmed it can be than the director saying that it will happen. But Yoshi P does a thing once a year where he hops in, goes to Limsa Laminsa, and just answers questions. And that's what he did. And among those questions people asked is Final Fantasy 14 coming to the Switch, and he said yes. The game is coming to the Switch. Please look forward to a Switch release.
Sure. Why not? Like hell yeah, dude. I think that this is a popular game. It runs well on Steam Deck, so it should run fine on Switch. I think that an MMO is kind of a perfect thing to just vibe and play on a portable before bed. Just pick it up, get some grinding done, and then call it a day. It's actually the biggest reason why I'm pissed off that Destiny's anti-cheat didn't work and still doesn't work on Steam Deck. I'm like, man, I would love to get my Destiny chores done in an efficient manner. I guess fuck me. But I'm not playing Destiny anymore as part of that, so here we go.
Yep. Sucks they just released their Star Wars too.
Yep. So
it's just like the quote here from him is, please look forward to the Switch version.
But it's not confirmed because the company didn't confirm it.
He did have another quote later saying, quote, we are putting our best efforts to ensure that this happens. Which implies that I guess they're not 1,000,000%, like it's not done. But he said they're doing it and that they're trying to do it. So be weird if they just backed out.
I mean, that system is selling really well. Last I checked, it's like up to 13 million. At it's speculated 13 million, confirmed 11 million as of September. So I that system's doing really well. I see no reason why not to put it on there.
Yeah, there's a couple weeks ago, I don't know if we covered it because I was not here at the time, where Square Enix had a shareholder present a 100 slide PowerPoint that was going over the gross misconduct and excessive spending that Square Enix has gone through. It's a Square Enix hit with a brutal 100 slide presentation from one of its shareholders about alleged mismanagement. Other shareholders asked to pitch in with frank views. That's a story that happened about 3 weeks ago that I think is pretty relevant to him going, we are putting in our best efforts to ensure this happens. The only thing based on these statements that could, to me, indicate that there isn't a Switch 2 release coming is if Square Enix does some insane shit and just goes, actually, we're going to take the money we spent on that, we're going to set that on fire instead.
Square Enix, this gentleman's 100-page PowerPoint is probably correct. That, not having seen it, but my assumption would actually be, he's probably is right. Because outside of mainline Final Fantasy games, they waste way too much money. Like, look, mainline Final Fantasy, you're trapped. You've just set a standard of you need to make the most ridiculous, insane-looking thing in the world. That's just what the franchise is. Final Fantasy 7 and mainline Final Fantasy need to look like Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy Rebirth look. It's just, it's the standard of the franchise.
The presentation specifically came from 3D Investment, which is they hold 14.36% of Square Enix, and
I love this. Okay,
yeah. It's a 100 slide presentation on its mismanagement, specifically citing 140 million in losses from abandoned projects, a slowly fading shine on Final Fantasy 14, and sluggish Final Fantasy sales.
I mean, which is unfortunate because I actually think that Final Fantasy 16 is the best one they've done in about 20 years.
It seems like the major issue isn't even... It sounds to me like most of the issue is the abandoned projects.
Yes, and I think that is because a big problem.
They're abandoned on the assumption that Final Fantasy will pay for the failures. And
yes,
that's becoming less and less true, which is where Final Fantasy 14 and the Final Fantasy sales in general come in, because it's like you lost $140 million that you thought you'd make up by Final Fantasy keeping you afloat, and it's not doing that anymore.
And I think Final Fantasy 14, I think that player base is kind of upset at the game. Not like super crazy, like revolts, but it's, there's definitely been a sentiment I've seen in that community outside of the most hardcore players I know who they're upset about stagnation. They're upset about the way the game is like just kind of been doing the same pattern since Stormblood. And people are getting tired. I just think there is a lot of complaints there. And then the fact that they're, primary competitors, have kind of caught up on the cool things they did outside of that really great narrative. Like Guild Wars and WoW have housing now.
Right.
They both have houses. You can get a house. You can do the RP stuff.
But in other stuff that Yoshi P said here, he said that Vieira players are gonna get the cloud hairstyle.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more glamour slots after a housing update, and he gave more details on the upcoming job they're adding called Beastmaster.
That's right.
Cool. The people who are fully locked into it are fully locked in, and that's good. But like we had with the exception of Avian in our Discord, I feel like at least in our Discord, like Airy, super hardcore fan of that game, totally tuned out, is waiting for something new. Me and Anthony went back to WoW a long fucking time ago. I haven't heard Ninja talk about the game at all since he finished Dawn Trail. I feel like there's just it's just not hitting like it was a couple years ago, and I think that was always going to be a problem once Endwalker wrapped up. I think that Endwalker storyline was amazing. It's a great storyline. I as much as I bitch about 14, I did love that storyline.
Yeah.
It was great. Like that legitimately I do not play that story took me I think 330 hours to finish. It was really good.
Right.
It was really good, but it was the equivalent of playing through 5 full Final Fantasy games.
Right.
It's a big game.
So also apparently they're having ongoing DDoS issues as of December.
Yeah.
Ugh,
So
sucks.
Well,
Yep.
that happens.
Yeah.
But let's move on to our next story, and let's get back to complaining about AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo, fuck yeah.
So hey, the Microsoft CEO is telling you to stop that. You stop.
No, fuck him. Fuck him.
Stop calling it AI slop.
So what is this full quote here?
All right, so we need to get beyond the arguments of slop versus sophistication and develop a new equilibrium in terms of our theory of the mind that accounts for humans being equipped with these new cognitive amplifier tools as we relate to each other. This is a good product design question we need to debate and answer.
It's clearly written by Copilot. Like it's clearly
which like it. I'm impressed that he memorized it for a question that was off the cuff in an interview. It's very impressive.
Copilot written.
Yeah.
This is not from an interview.
Oh, this one isn't? Okay, he had another one. I saw a video interview of him
shared on his personal SN Scratchpad blog in a December 29th post titled "Looking Ahead to 2026."
Okay, because I saw a separate video of him taking an interview and saying something very similar to this about we need to stop calling it slop.
Yeah, so in this case, I think it is literally written by Copilot.
Okay. Let's see. He says, I'd also like you to stop calling everything generated by LLM AI, quote, slop. People need to get beyond that in the 20 earn 79 million in compensation.
I love that they added that in the story. That was funny.
Yeah. Let's see. It's not only but very likely that some version of Copilot, perhaps even a rich, multi-layered scaffold, was the bicycle for the mind that helped him conjure this blog post. If this first place is true, the
language they're clearly referencing. AI is the way it talks.
Yeah, just.
It's you can't when you call it, you're trying to tell people don't call it slop, and then you clearly are using AI to help formulate what is the most neutral and what language can I use to get what the end result I want. Man, you are paid so much money and you're gonna do this.
Dude, you're also looking at this and you're like, I'm sorry, but the product is slop. It's not good.
And it's not so much. It's not even yeah. There's a lot of slop in AI Gen AI usage. I can understand an argument about using it in certain ways as a tool to automate boring stuff, or like, brainstorming stuff before you put out, some work of your own. There are use cases. The reason it's being called slop is because the people are using it to just generate bullshit and throw it out there and call it their own. Like, it's literally being, I mean, not literally, but it's slop.
I literally saw that in a fucking Facebook fucking post this week where Facebook advertises you groups. I have no idea how to turn this off. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But their interface is too much of a mess for me to bother because I don't check Facebook enough for it to matter.
Exactly.
But they're like this fucking AI slop. This dude in this Denver Broncos group tried to pass off an AI like painting of John Elway, Peyton Manning, and Bo Nix as his own work, and like at least a half or a quarter to half the people thought it was actually his work and loved it. And then the other half are people like me just commenting AI slop. Because it does. It looks like AI slop. The face on it did not look like fucking John Elway at all. Peyton Manning's hands are all fucked up.
There you go.
The thing is that right now we can use the slop criticism very easily because the output of AI is just kind of not there, right? But the reality of the matter is that it's gonna get there. They're gonna be putting out stuff that is near indistinguishable from art that people are just regularly putting out. In fact, we're kind of already there for a lot of like drawn art. All of us in this call have almost certainly at some point been fooled by a piece of AI art and thought it just was a post somebody made, right? Of something they drew.
We probably guess.
Yeah, we're not artists, and I find that artists are the best at spotting it. Became artists, we become better at it.
Eventually, not be able to.
Yeah.
But and the thing is, though, is like at the end of the day, the vast majority of people who are upset about this are people who realize the majority of the product out of this sucks, and they're going to continue to call it slop until it no longer sucks. That's the fucking
the problems with AI don't go away when it doesn't suck anymore.
Right.
Like it's still this deeply problematic plagiarism machine that is taking the work of other people to generate out much lower effort content at similar quality levels based off of the labor of those people who worked in the past. The thing is that I think my general take is that I don't think AI is like fundamentally itself evil. I think it's
I don't either. I just think that the vast majority of consumers and people who interact with media in general do not give a shit if something is made by AI, regardless of the ethical concerns, if it is good. The reason why they are calling it a slop is because it sucks. They do not give a shit about anything else. And it will continue to be called that until it's good enough. I will probably still call it that if I recognize it long after the fact, because I know all the concerns that come along with it. But
I think the problems with AI really lie in IP and work, right? It's that it's taking people's IP and their work and profiting off of it where they should have been able to profit off of it, right? Like, you did a piece of work, you should be compensated for that piece of work, because we live in a world where you need to be compensated to live to do it. And so you're directly harming the capacity for the creation of that thing if you are making it less viable to make a living doing it by pulling value out of the people that are doing the actual work. And then the replacement of entry-level jobs where, prevents people from developing skills and it's money that you could be making otherwise by having that job that no longer exists because an AI has taken it over. Were it not for those two factors, I would have no problems with this. I don't think there's any issue with just something pumping out a piece of slop for you. If you enjoy your slop, great for you. The only issue is that it's actually hurting a person.
Right, but I that has never stopped your average consumer before.
Yeah, that's true.
We all have one of these. The fucking metals in this are probably mined by a child now.
Chocolate tastes good.
Yep.
Chocolate tastes really
and if
good.
People got to suffer for your chocolate, that's okay.
They have to.
It's the shitty reality. It's the shitty reality of it. And the average consumer, or they care but they don't care enough to totally stop. And no ethical consumption over capitalism, and you have to pick and choose.
Exactly.
That's you have to pick and choose.
Is just another very public version of the there is no ethical consumption problem, where this time it's harming artists and people are caring a lot more because they follow artists and these artists have public platforms, and so they're able to communicate the harm it does upon them more directly and their personal worries more directly. But it's still just unethical consumption in another coat of paint at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think that fucking, for whatever reason why people are calling it slop, it is fucking slop, and it's 90% of the output of it is trash. I've used it at work. I've totally used it at work when it's just oh, sorry, good.
Oh, well, I was going to say that for the next story here, at least we get to make fun of them, because micro slop is trending on Twitter as a response to this article.
Little logo someone made of their logo instead of Microsoft says micro slop on the top there. Dude, good on people for doing this as Microsoft.
Yeah,
just good on them. I think that you should rake people over the coals for this stupidity. I think they're trying to rush this way too fast as well. Every company is if this works the way they say it's all gonna work, we're gonna fucking giant circle jerk. But it's not there yet. It's so not there yet. I tried using using it at my last job to increase efficiency, and I tried to use it in my own stuff. The amount of shit that the amount of time that I spent correcting stuff was a lot. It was a lot. I think the one advantage that it did give me is it was able to create the bones of something, which was okay, well, this gives me the bones at least to work on that looks decent and professional for this proposal or this marketing email.
95% of tracked AI implementation initiatives at companies have resulted in a net loss in money. It currently is just not very successful financially to actually implement AI in your business. It is very successful, though, for your stock price.
Because if you can actually replace people with AI, you can cut their salaries and make a shit ton of money.
Well, and also people are just, there's just kind of there's a bit of a bubble going on. So you put AI in your quarterly report and you announce AI initiatives, and people go, oh, AI could be the next big thing, which means this company could be forward facing. They must be really on it. And then it makes your stock value go up, even if the actual initiative itself loses money. It doesn't matter.
Fair. All right. Well, Microsoft. How are we feeling?
Yeah, that's Microsoft. I think that we're in a situation. I think a lot of people think that once the AI bubble finally pops, that it's gonna go away, right? It's all right, we're finally gonna be out of here. But it's not. It's here to stay.
The problem that this is not addressing is not that like AI is going to get better, but what it's really doing is encouraging people to not think about a damn thing they're doing, and it's showing, and it's people are not using it properly and with the caution that it requires in regards to getting facts about something, like it's just, you know, they have problems with this in school. They're just using AI to write garbage and throw it out there, and
it's its number one use case. The number one use case for AI by far is cheating at school. It's so good at cheating at school.
I think that it is because we as a society as a whole, and this is kind of becoming a global thing, have awarded efficiency and getting stuff for the carrot more than anything else. You don't go to college to learn. You go to college to get a degree, to get a big paycheck.
Right.
You know,
we talked about that before this. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like my main reason to go to college was that I wanted visa requirements so that I could live in other countries. It had nothing to do with me like wanting to know stuff.
Well, right, and that's I'm like sitting here like contemplating it and feeling guilty about maybe going to school to learn about things I care about and maybe go towards things I care about. Fuck me, right?
Well,
like, you know,
Aaron, I went to school for things I cared about, and now I have an associate's degree that no one gives a shit about.
Oh, right. That part of that's the associate's degree, but also, journalism right now. You want to talk about just throw shit out.
If I had a bachelor's of journalism, no one would give a fuck still.
No, that was still. You want to talk about some of the bets that happened?
Slightly more money.
The bets that we made in late 2000s, early 2010s. Damn, this world went way worse.
Like it's just one of those things where, you know, but like even then, I learned a lot of stuff that was beneficial to me, and I realized that, and those journalism classes helped me in many regards, actually, especially when it comes to spotting bullshit.
Right.
But that's not what a lot of people fucking go to school for. Like I cannot tell you the amount of doctors that are probably doctors, not because they want to help people, not because they like being doctors, but because that check is there, dog.
It makes money. It's stable.
And it's,
no, I mean, I can tell you, it's a lot of. I used to work with a lot of doctors in dentistry. In dentistry, it's even more so the case because most people don't want to be a fucking dentist, and a lot of them hate it, but it pays really well.
It points to just this world we made, or at least this life that we've made, where we just don't give a fuck about very much, and it's showing.
Yeah,
and there's a larger crisis of we need to start giving a fuck about things. And
a great example of the consequence of this with AI is there's an Eddie Burback video. It's a comedy video where he decides to allow himself to go through AI psychosis. And he talks to ChatGPT and he goes, I think I was a really smart baby. I think I was the smartest baby in my city, maybe my state, maybe the whole world in the year of 1996. And he ends up, it ends up like telling him to go and run away from all the people that he knows and get a random Airbnb somewhere. And then like he gets obsessed with this rock, and it tells him that the rock is magic and that it's like amplifying his brain and returning him to his powerful 1996 smartest baby state. And then by the end, he's got tinfoil all over a room. He's literally wearing a tinfoil hat, and he's going through a psychic ritual to regain his baby knowledge.
Dang.
That's the thing. This is what happens when you don't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah, and if you don't try to stop it, it will tell you to put on the tinfoil hat and regain the baby knowledge. It'll do it. It doesn't care.
Nope. You have to treat it like a tool that can be. You can use a table saw to cut your own limbs off. You know,
you sure can.
You need to treat this tool with understanding that it is dangerous, it can malfunction, and that's not what they're doing. They're like, you need to just adopt this. You need to just adopt it and accept it and embrace it, and it needs to be your life.
At one point in that video, he mentions to ChatGPT that there's a garbage truck that he didn't expect to be at his Airbnb, and it goes, yeah, that's strange. It's probably watching you.
Yeah.
It's just also comment in the chat for a joke, right? Right? Yeah, like I think that like and it's like it's such a bummer for me. And like you know, I got laid off from my last job, which was a very like fulfilling job. You were you know, you were helping people at minimum get in a better state in life. But like even then I think about it, I'm like, yeah, but we were charging them, you know, like 5-6 grand, whatever it was, to get the skills to go work in Python, data, AI, that kind of thing. And it's like, you know, a lot of why we did it was that, you know, $5,000 to $6,000 a head.
Right.
You know, like, you know, and it's just like, you know, it's just everything everyone does is for money. Like, even looking for this new job, I have definitely had the thought of like, I could just go back into sales and make a ton of money. I'd just be sad 8 hours a day, but also be wealthy beyond my wildest, well, not my wildest dreams, but be incredibly wealthy and comfortable and go buy a house.
Right.
You know, like that is definitely a thought I have had multiple times.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's this thing where it's like the incentive systems here are money and only money, not personal fulfillment at all, and it's just fucked.
It's going to lead to a real bad place. We're already in a bad place. It's going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, because like, well, there was a really interesting TikTok I ran into from a teacher who's been a longtime teacher, 20 years, and she's like, yeah, like 20 years ago, like kids had like really big dreams, you know, astronaut, like actor, stuff like that.
YouTuber now.
10 years ago, it was like stable careers. It was like lawyer, doctor, that kind of thing. Like nowadays, it's, and these are like high schoolers, not like kids.
Yeah.
But you know, to us, high schoolers are basically kids. But now like a freshman or sophomore in high school is like, I just want to make a lot of money.
Yep.
That's what it is. I just want to be rich. I want to win the lottery. I want to go fucking be a pro athlete. Like, I just want to make a lot of money. It has nothing to do with fulfillment, nothing to do with helping people, nothing with a purpose. It's just, I want to make a fuck ton of money.
I don't blame them. I don't dream of labor. I don't think I have a dream job.
Yeah. I don't have but I do have like dream purpose. Like your dream purpose is to travel. You know, like I am sure that if you could be like a fucking world reporter, you'd probably love to do that. Like one of those fucking anchors.
If my job could be playing anime and video games and flying places, yeah, great. I would love that. But you know, it's not a job. That's just my ideal job would be doing stuff I like all the time when I want to do it. It's not.
Right, but like there was a balance point, I feel, where like, oh, being a traditional world news reporter would be like, I go to these countries and I report on the news there, and like I get fulfillment out of that because I inform people. I get, you know, what's going on here with the world, things of that nature. You know, I want to be a doctor. I want to help people, like shit like that. Now it's just like, I want to make a whole ton of money. And I find that wildly depressing. I understand there's a difference. Like, I don't think anyone dreams of labor, but they dream of their labor actually being for something good or beneficial. They dream
of the fruits. Nobody's dreaming of the labor, but they're dreaming of the fruits.
Yes, like not. I want my fruit to just be money. Mm-hmm. That is so wildly objectively depressing to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And now this tool here is going to help realize it in whatever opportunities that may arise. Great.
Also, if you are one of those people, just go into sales. Every company hires sales, even during a recession. There's tons of money to be made. Just go into sales. Go become a good salesman. That's your answer.
Generation
if you
salesman.
That's what it...
Before I got my current job, I was trying to get a sales job, and it just didn't go well. All the recruiters, I kept getting interviews, and then they would just like ghost me. It sucked.
Yeah, so here's the hard part about sales. It's like getting your first job. But once you have a first job and are established, dude, I haven't worked in sales it'll be 5 years as of next month. I still get recruiters contacting me about working in sales because I had an established reputation. Like fucking I'm not gonna lie, it does feel awesome to feel wanted.
Sure.
Like it's like I did a great job. I'm that good. But
The
it's
only
like,
thing I've ever been contacted by recruiters about is my Japanese skills, and I don't think they're good enough to actually work a job based off of.
fuck you, dude. Take it anyway. Try. You know?
Man, I could too. I could just lie. I could just.
Have you
taken any of those
you
JLPT
just put it
tests?
in AI. No, I took the practice tests for the JLPT 5 and 4, and I passed both of them. But
Okay.
I never went and took the actual test because it's you have to like schedule it, and then I'd have to go to San Francisco to do it.
Oh. It might be worth it though, man.
It might be worth it. Like that I have more and more I have seen jobs this year where like I'll be looking around for like IT positions and like and it's like basic entry level shit, and they want a working understanding of Japanese. So like, you know, it might be worth fucking taking that car ride over and getting it done.
でも、私の日本語はめっちゃゴミです。ゴミは trash.
Yep.
What did he just say?
I don't know.
I said my Japanese is garbage. And then I said garbage is trash. You know,
See, also you can, but the thing is, if you do land a job with that and your Japanese still isn't up to par, it could create really funny moments that you can come on here and tell.
Think about it for the content.
Well, also, you can just lie with machine translation now. You can just say you speak Japanese, and as long as they don't have you on the phone with a person, you can hack it.
Yeah, no. So this year I upgraded my phone and my earbuds, and my earbuds have the live translation stuff. That shit was crazy.
Oh.
That shit, that Apple AI fucking live translation stuff. Like I had a video playing in Spanish, and it was like 95% of the way they're translating to English. So I was like, whoa,
Man.
what the fuck? Okay, this is crazy. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the cyberpunk future of fucking implants that just you speak all languages now.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. 10 years from now, chips in your brain, everybody. Count on it.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, one more story though.
One more story. Let's bang this out.
2025 was the worst year on record for Xbox consoles in the UK.
Yep, down 40% compared to last year.
Yeah.
Yep, just
important to mention is that consoles in general were down.
Yes.
The PS5 was down 19%. But it's just obviously worse for Xbox. 40% is bigger than 19.
And also, this is percentage compared to last year. Xbox has already been doing really poorly, so this is compounding.
The other issue is that both consoles had an 11% price hike this year, so people are just gonna buy them less.
Yeah, and Xbox had 2 price hikes, which is not mentioned here, so it's even worse in their case. So it's like,
yep,
that's combined with all the other terrible fucking news out of them the entire year.
Good old Microsoft.
Yep.
Good old. You know what? Yeah, that's what we're gonna call them. What we're gonna call them. That's their new name. That's their new name until they get shit fixed. We had a guy back in my party days. We had a guy who got blackout drunk in the first 40 minutes of the party in like one of those Goku t-shirts, like the ones that looks like the gi.
Yeah.
And he passed out in the backyard doing the Yamcha pose. and he had long black hair. He looked just like Yamcha.
Hell yeah.
And we called that dude Yamcha the entire rest of the time we knew him.
Yep.
And he hated it. And I'm like, you shouldn't get blackout pissed drunk in the first hour of a party, dog.
If Microsoft doesn't want to be Microsoft, they shouldn't be putting out all the slop.
Yep. That's like there comes a point when it's just like, nope, Microsoft, that's what you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to playing Halo 1 Remake. It'll be a great micro-slot property, I'm sure.
On
Yep.
PlayStation.
Yep.
Yeah.
On my PlayStation 5. Oh, God. All right. I think that's all the news, right?
That's the news.
We've got,
We did it. Woo!
That's the news. We did it.
We did it.
Yep.
Hey, hold on. Quick comment. Weren't Xboxes no longer being sold in Walmart? So turns out that wasn't entirely true. Some of them are not being sold at some Walmarts, but Walmart is no longer carrying. Some Walmarts are no longer carrying, and Costco is not carrying them. Period. Costco is just no longer holding Xboxes anymore.
I see.
Which that's a bad sign because Costco only carries the most popular products because they're a bulk retailer. That's a super bad sign. That's like canary in the coal mine type shit.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, we should go over what we played this week real quick.
Yeah, I had the big newest thing. I played Metroid Prime 4.
Nice. How was it?
So I'm about halfway through it, at least from what the chapter list I'm seeing online says. It's good. I understand why some people might be upset. It's good, but I understand. I like it. I think it is the closest, like it's definitely very similar to the older Metroid Primes, but I understand why people are upset, because for those of you who haven't played Metroid Prime, any of the originals, but especially sorry, what?
Like me.
Okay, well, you should play. You like Metroidvania games, right?
I've only played Hollow Knight and Silksong.
Oh, what? Fucking whoa. Okay.
Oh, and a little bit of Toho Luna Nights.
That's all right. That doesn't surprise me necessarily. That if you like the Hollow Knight, Silksong, you should definitely try a bunch of those kind of games. There are a lot of good ones. So anyway, but Metroid Prime basically takes the effect of a Metroidvania game and turns it into a 3D first-person game. It literally is just a perspective switch. And you know those games work where you have to backtrack and you get new abilities, and those new abilities open up new areas or old collectibles. And Metroid Prime did that perfectly. So much so where, I'd get a new ability, I'm going to go backtrack, and on the way backtracking, I can finally grab this and grab that and do this, do that on my way there. It's the Super Bunny Hop talked about this with Dark Souls. It's the play to spaghetti. You know, it's the spaghetti design philosophy. This game is the Ocarina of Time bicycle spoke.
Okay.
It is. You have this big central. So you do your opening tutorial area, and then you do the first dungeon temple thing, is what we'll call it. Zone.
Okay.
It's called the Fury Green, and then you get out into the open world. And it's effectively a bicycle spoke where it goes the tutorial zone, which is the forest. Then you have the lightning, which is the first zone.
I see what you mean, yeah.
And then ice, fire, and I don't know what the other ones are because I haven't been there yet. And it very much has an intended way for you to go. You can go to the other ones first, but you will get quickly stonewalled in most cases. There is no like Metroid Prime, Metroid Dread, Hollow Knight doing certain things a little out of order because you can. It is very much, here is the set order. It is, and like, so you will get out of Fury Green, you will go to Volt Forge. And when you get out of Volt Forge and get done with Volt Forge, it kind of feels like you can go to any one of them. But you get quickly stoned at walled at all of them except the flare pools, which they give you this chip where you have to go back to base to go and
I can see that being really frustrating. Because, like, doesn't that mean that basically what you end up doing is you're going, okay, I've unlocked a thing. Now I'm going to go to the areas and figure out what, like find where I can go now that I've unlocked the thing. And then you basically are going into an area, checking, running into a wall, going back to hub, going to a new area, checking, running into a wall until you happen to land on the right one.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's been super annoying.
Yeah, so I got lucky. because I went in reverse clockwise. So I went to Vault Forge because it's a big circle and they're all spokes around the circle, essentially.
Yeah.
I went to Vault Forge because it's very obvious. It's like the first thing you see after the base tutorial area. I'm like, oh well, they obviously want me to go here. I go here. I do Vault Forge, and it's great. It's very Metroidy vibes. Like they nail the vibe and the look. Like it has that isolated, oppressive atmosphere like 90% of the time. Like yes, they've added AI buddies that'll contact you on occasion, but otherwise it is very much you are alone, you are doing stuff. It is spooky, it is dark, it is Metroid. They get that down. And it looks amazing. Like, dude, this is another case similar to the King, and it's like, why the fuck do we need new hardware? Mm-hmm. But like you get done with Vault Forge and get out, and I thankfully went counterclockwise, excuse me. So I ended up at the flare pools. I get this chip to upgrade my gun, and then I get completely stonewalled, so I have to go back. And it gives me, and I go back to base to give me this new upgrade for my cannon. It's the lava gun, and then the lava gun effectively melt. Like I'm like, well, I got a lava gun. I guess that would give me the ability to melt ice. So let me go to this ice mountain I see in the distance. But it's very Ocarina of Time, where you get into the dungeon or the area, and it's very clear what the path is, where you're supposed to go, and it's kind of like if almost every area, even if there are two paths, one is clearly blocked off and you're meant to come back another time. It's very funneled and linear, more than you would get out of any traditional Metroid game or Metroidvania as a whole.
Which has upset some people.
Yes, that has upset a lot of people. I would say if you like Ocarina of Time or old Zelda, this is the closest thing you've gotten in a long time. Because it's very because there are still puzzles and stuff that you got to figure out and things of that nature within those linear spaces. But it is very much like, okay, I'm working on the ice dungeon. I did the intro combat set piece, and I'm in the dungeon, and I talk to the dude, and he sends me downstairs. Oh, I'm in this room. I need to figure out how to access this locked room. And I figure out, okay, I go in this room. I broke this thing. I did the morph ball. The morph ball takes me down here. I do this psychic ability I have, and it unlocks the door, and it gives me the key to unlock the main door. It is very, very, very much old 3D Zelda taken to Metroid. Yeah, so I understand why, like, if you are a Metroid fan who like enjoys what Prime 1 was, or even Dread or Super Metroid, or like, oh, you're a Hollow Knight fan and you've enjoyed what Metroid is, or you've enjoyed what that genre game brought to Hollow Knight, and you played this, you'd be like, what the fuck? You'd be very like, what the fuck is this decision here? That said, I don't think it's bad. I've been having a lot of fun. They nail the vibe. They nail the atmosphere. There's still some sense of exploration. Like, it's not entirely just fucking Uncharted levels on rails. Like, you're still finding secrets. Like, I figured out this side puzzle in a room that got me a missile tank expansion. And it's like, oh, if I bomb this up here, and oh, sorry, go ahead.
In chat, it says, Blackadder says, Kingdom Hearts 1 syndrome is what this sounds like.
What does he mean by that?
I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
I will say that, like, it actually feels really weird to play this game, because if you were to play these games entirely out of order, right? And like you didn't tell anyone, like, okay, let's assume that all these games use the Metroid Prime 4 engine, and you were to play them entirely out of order, you would probably assume this is the first one. Like you would probably be like,
the most simplified.
It is the most simplistic. It is like the one that feels like, oh, I guess Ocarina of Time was really popular and they wanted to use that template, and then they made it more Metroidy later in the other ones.
I see. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's so lost in the fog, going back and forth, says Blackadder. Okay. Yeah, that said, I do like the game. I'm having fun with the puzzles. The bosses are great. Like the bosses really do. Like they have these fun patterns that are cool to figure out and how to dodge and whatnot. They do feel a little bullet spongy, if I'm being honest. And yeah, I wish the dungeons were a little more complicated, and I wish there was a little more weaving world. I guess the biggest thing I can say is you can definitely feel that this game went through development hell. You can feel that this game went through development hell. It's just this thing where the open world feels like it doesn't necessarily serve a purpose. And the fact that like it feels like at different points there's a lot of cut content where it's just like they kind of had to work with just what they have because they were already 8 years deep and they just need to get this thing out.
Right.
Like it's from what Retro Studios has said, they're gonna work on another one. This was the foundation for the tech for a new one.
Okay.
Which I think that's great. And there are parts of this I like the motorbike stuff actually did end up being, is at least so far, really fun and cool. It's just it doesn't have like they have this the tutorial section for it is basically like an underground fucking Tron area.
All right.
And I'm like, you totally could have done like time trials with this and shit. You could have done so much cool shit with this on a sequel. Yeah, a lot of complaining has been about the Fed troopers, especially Miles, but you spend like 10 minutes talking to him in the first time you meet him, and then you rarely ever see him. And the other troopers are not nearly as annoying when you run into them, so it's like it's massively overblown people screeching on the internet.
Great.
Yeah.
As usual.
Yes, as the touch grass effect shows, cut the actual annoyance of whatever the internet says at minimum in half, and you're probably right.
Okay.
You're probably yeah, but I like it. It's a good game. It's just not what I would expect out of a Metroid Prime game. With that said, Duncan, I think if you like games like Hollow Knight, you might like the original Metroid Prime.
I mean, Hollow Knight's one of my favorite games. I loved Hollow Knight. I never beat Silksong.
A lot of people didn't. You're good. Yeah, I think that if you like Hollow Knight, you probably like a lot of the big hits from the genre. I liked a lot of those games. I fucking love Guacamelee.
Playing Symphony of the Night a bunch.
That game's
recently.
sick. It's a good game. That's a fucking awesome game.
I keep seeing people mention it and being like, man, it's crazy that game is so complete and robust for when it came out. And I'm like, that sounds nice.
If you just want to see the entire root of the genre, the two games you should play back to back are Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night. Just boom, boom.
The other thing that attracts me about Symphony of the Night is that it seems like a game that you can take a strategy that like completely busts it open and makes you super overpowered, which I love.
Yes. I think Metroid doesn't really do that as much. I think that the other Metroidvania I tend to really like is I like Guacamelee a lot. Guacamelee 1 and 2 are really funny. They're really well done. I'm trying to think of other ones that I've enjoyed. I've generally enjoyed most of the Castlevania games post Symphony of the Night. Metroid Dread, if you want something that's fucking just hard. Like, that game is hard. I found that game to be super fucking hard. I might just be getting old and bad at games, but yeah, I don't know.
I might try and find a way to like emulate the CRT graphics for Symphony of the Night, because I watched a video recently that I found really interesting by, I believe it was by Noodle, that was going over how like Symphony of the Night is one of these big examples, along with Sonic, of games that were designed to be displayed on CRT televisions that look way worse than they used to look on modern hardware. Because there's these details that the processing of being displayed on a CRT will create that just don't exist on a pixel by pixel display. And there's infamously a really fucked up looking face of Dracula in Symphony of the Night that doesn't look good, that on a CRT looks fucking immaculate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
Chrono Trigger has that a lot. Yeah, like Chrono Trigger, has a very similar effect to that as well. There's a lot of games that are from that era that look way better on a CRT. It's what I constantly bring up that song "If I Were a Rich Man" from Fiddler on the Roof when referencing, like, if I were a rich man, I would absolutely build out a fucking retro room. I would
what
absolutely
you can do now is you can get an emulator, and then you
input
can get a
filters.
secondary program, and you can filter your whole monitor to display like a CRT, and they have different kinds of CRTs you can get them to display as, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So you can go recapture that effect. You can make it look like it was supposed to look via filters on your PC.
So that's it's true ish. It still doesn't get quite all the way there. Even good filters, I've fucked around with that a whole bunch.
He mentions in the video that some of the effects aren't from CRTs. They're from the actual hardware of like being on like a Sega Saturn, right? Like their ability to display colors and the way that graphics are communicated through the wires on those things is just different. And so like a CRT filter isn't a universal solution to replace original hardware, because sometimes it's the actual console that is causing the effect and not the television.
So, man, if you want to talk about getting into a level of sickness, it is the emulation and native hardware game that you could start getting into. What the fuck is that name of that device? The Mister?
Yes.
That's like that fucking thing. It's like this retro fucking add-on emulator for fucking old systems. And it's just like, oh, dude, you're talking about capturing old shit if you want to get that like perfect CRT capture. Oh, dude, like it's an HDMI conversion kits and all this other. There's a lot of hoops people go through to get the fucking retro games working the way you want them to.
Yeah,
it's
there are some games where it's apparently more feasible, like Symphony of the Night is apparently one that is pretty easy to do. There are other games like Earthworm Jim, where it's like a futile fight that you're never going to truly get it unless you're on real hardware.
Like I said, if I were a rich man, I would go and track down a Sony Trinitron. First, I would have a whole room for retro gaming. I would go track down a big ass Sony Trinitron, find splitters so I could hook every system up: PS1, PS2, Saturn, fucking N64, SNES, NES.
Get one of those boxes where you press a button and it switches.
Yeah, yep. 100%. Yep. And that is the level of ham I would go. I would go deep into all that. But I'm not a multi-millionaire, sadly. So what I have settled with is taking that ROG Ally I bought and uploading it with a shitload of emulators, because I don't really use it for anything else.
Well, at least you got that.
So and I think emulation, if you're just looking to play the games, have fun with the games, it is largely good enough. But yeah, you definitely lose some of the effect. Like it's a big part of why like I'm on eBay right now staring at that pink DS Lite and going like, $67 isn't that much money.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you that in that case specifically, though, original hardware does not improve it as much for the DS and Game Boy handhelds as you would think.
Yeah, that makes sense. The GBA one in particular is the one
I have an active example of the game that I played.
Oh,
all right.
I played Pokemon Too Many Types 2.
Right.
So Pokemon Too Many Types.
Yeah, you sent me the ROMs for this. What's all this about? I remember I was like, I'm gonna download this eventually and fuck with it when I have a little more free time. But yeah.
So Pokemon Too Many Types is a passion project by YouTuber AlphaRad. I would compare this to stuff like what Maximilian Dude was doing for Marvel, where you're just like, let's just make a cool thing, and just started paying people to make shit. So Alpharad does this with Pokemon ROM hacks, where he has a team that he pays a lot of money to mod Pokemon Emerald. And they've released a number of ROM hacks for Pokemon Emerald over the years, and this is their most recent one. Pokemon Too Many Types 1 introduced like 60 types to Pokemon, so you can see already like Fire and Monkey is what your Chimchar starts as. So he released Too Many Types, then he released Mariomon, which is...
and this is the one you told me about where I was like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. So Mariomon is just Pokemon, but everything is Mario, and you're in the Mushroom Kingdom. And then Too Many Types 2, it's a full built sequel to Too Many Types, where all like the story is original. There's an original bad guy team. You've got original main characters. It all takes place on the Emerald map, but it goes in reverse order. So you're going like a weird route across things, and you've just got the most insane type interactions. So I was playing in a Discord call, and the process of this is that you get a Pokemon, you check its types, and you go, what the fuck does that do? What does Brat do? What does the Brat type do? Yeah. And you get a move, and you check. There's a button that allows you to check the details of any Pokemon you're fighting against as well, just because it's kind of necessary in this instance. And it's you go about the process of filling out the type chart in your head as you meet more and more of these things, and you go, oh, what is thing type strong against? Like a Scratch early on, right? Scratch is a move that every Pokemon gets pretty early. Scratch is a Sharp type move. So you go, okay, what is Sharp good against? And you see a baby, and you go, well, I think babies are probably weak to Sharp. Right? Monkey, well, if I stabbed a monkey, it wouldn't be pleasant, so a monkey's got to be weak to Sharp. And you've just got this process of like, you see the gamer type, and then you go, okay, all right, what can I use? You end up using water on it. Of course, gamers are allergic to water. Yeah, so the gamer type is weak to water.
The best part is you could take that two ways, as in they don't bathe or they just don't hydrate. You get two ways with that.
Both. Yeah, you could go either way. The thing about this that really got me is the insane amount of work that has been put into this. There is so much new stuff in it. Their entire Mariomon ROM hack is just in a room. Like, you could go into a room and there it is. And they added the Mario type for Pokemon from that. It's just a huge amount of production value and effort put into the creation of this thing. It's just a whole Pokemon game.
Yeah.
There's an entire Pokemon game here. And I found it very impressive.
What was the name of that game where you could like summon anything and you would have them fight each other? Not the point of the game.
Scribblenauts?
Scribblenauts. It feels like someone took the concept of Scribblenauts and did it to the types of Pokemon.
I remember by that point I had sold my original DS and you still had yours. Mm-hmm. And you brought over Scribblenauts, and like we spent a shit ton of time in my crappy apartment just fucking writing in shit to fight each other.
That's when we found out that vampires can beat God.
Yep. Vampires can beat God.
They beat God.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
So this seems
this
fun.
Very
I
much
would love
a reminiscent
to see.
experience of that sort of thing, where you go, okay, what does this beat? Does this beat this? And the process of building out this type chart, right? Because you can go look up the type chart, but I think it kind of spoils the fun to look up the type chart.
It does.
The discovery process, because there's 83 types, right?
Jesus fucking Christ.
And the discovery process of finding the Gaslight type, and then going, all right, got to figure out what Gaslight's good against. And getting a catalog in your head of what's good against what. is really interesting. Another great thing they do is they change all the gym leaders to have new types. Each of them have 2 types. And it's always some insane shit. Like in the footage we're watching right now, it's the song and dance type gym leader.
Ooh, I like that.
The fuck. All right.
Infamously in Pokemon Too Many Types of 1, you reach like the 5th gym, and it is the gun gym.
Yeah.
And it's a big barrier to progression because a lot of their Pokemon know the move shoot. And they just shoot you with gun.
But yeah, you got to find out what beats gun.
So I'm just reminded of, like, when you said the song and dance type, though, I'm just reminded of the Cuban Pete part of the mask. That's immediately what I thought of. Is just fucking using that as a weapon. Like, okay, sure.
So I have a question. What is the closest type to a bat? Like a baseball bat.
Oh, is this bat knife? Is that what we're talking about?
I'm thinking like, can we do sharp
baseball bat
versus...
is thing type.
That would be thing type?
Thing, because it's a thing.
I
think sharp's going to beat it.
Does thing beat sharp?
I think
Does thing beat sharp, but does sharp beat thing? Or is it no type difference? I think thing beats
sharp.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't cut most generic things. Like Klefki, for example, is a thing type Pokemon because it's just keys.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I can't cut keys.
I can cut a baseball bat if it's wooden and the thing is large enough and sharp enough.
Yeah, but with just like a knife, like a sharp knife, it's gonna be hard. Like,
you would think, but I don't know what logic they're using.
That's vulnerable to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
This goes back to the age-old question.
See, that one, it's family type, right? A family is vulnerable to sharp things.
Yes.
If I came at a family with a knife, they'd have a problem.
Aaron, I gotta give Duncan the giant bomb question.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Duncan. You're in a fight to the death with someone. All right.
Yep.
You get the choice between You get the choice between, what was it, a metal baseball bat?
I believe it was a metal baseball bat.
It was a metal baseball bat, or like a knife, like a normal sized knife, like probably a little bigger than this guy right here, like up to bat. Here.
You go bat.
I go bat too, because if you can get one
range.
Yeah.
So the debate stemmed around like, you got it's got the range, but you gotta get in there. You gotta aim correctly, because guy with knife is going to make the aggressive move. Bat is the defensive position. The guy with the knife has to get in there, and if you miss that one shot, that knife guy is in there, and you're done. It's about how confident are you in swinging and aiming that one shot.
It's easier to take someone out with a bat than I think most people would think. You can hit someone most places really hard with a bat.
Yes.
And they're gonna
go down.
Back. I guess it also depends on how hard you swing a bat.
That
becomes
too.
a lot. Yeah, it's true. If you're not particularly good at swinging a bat. But
also on the other side of that, how do you think you can like shoulder tank a bat swing and get in there and just start fucking someone up with a knife?
Or just like catch it and like pin it under your arm. Like maybe it'll suck for your ribs, but you'll live through that.
There's
a degree of involuntary incapability that comes from like really strong impact force that I think people underestimate.
Sure. I don't think that's adrenaline.
100% true. But like, there are people that, for example, that like get hit by a taser and they're like, they just keep moving. That happens. But for the vast majority of the time, if you get hit really hard by something, even if you're trying your absolute best to just keep moving through it, you're probably not going to. So I think bat usually wins this fight.
I think there's a level of confidence to handling the knife. I choose bat as well, but I think it's a lot closer.
I also think that the knife puts you in this situation where you actually can keep moving from a stab wound pretty easily.
Well, the thing is, you get close. The whole point, if you get close and you lock in, you're not getting just one.
So So yeah, like that's the thing. If you are a knife guy, you are like you are doing your best to get in and get him on the ground and just start fucking sticking a dude, just heart, chest, lungs, neck. You know, you're going. And I when I was a younger man and could probably, and you know, when I was a younger man, I was a lot more built and probably could take a bat shot. As an older man, I'm taking the bat. I agree with you. Like as in my mid 30s now, I don't know, man. When I was like 22, though, I'll take the knife. I can get in there. I'm fast enough. I can move in there. Fucking start stabbing folk. But yeah, as an old man, I'm taking the bat.
I've also done a lot of combat stuff with mock weapons, and man, it's just really easy to hit a guy with a bat before they get to you. It's really not hard.
It's about hitting hard enough and hitting the right spot. And did they put their arm up? You know, did they? Yeah. There's dodging.
It's the same reason that spear always beats sword.
Well, yes, that's
yeah. That's a. Now, but like with the bat, also, like, man, if you get one shot on the knee in there and you just go over them, just boom, boom, boom,
absolutely.
you're fucking.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's tough. I feel like you have to have a certain level of confidence
beats
with the bat.
Sharp type.
Sting type. That's why thing type beats sharp type.
Lord. Blackadder votes for knife. All right.
Hold on. I need to write down. I need to write down the episode title. Thing type beats sharp type.
There you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
The question.
The important fucking thing.
We're gonna wrap this up, but yeah. I need to ask because now it's in my head. It was another because this was during an era of Giant Bomb where they were asking questions. Would you have a pet dinosaur, or would you want to visit the moon, or go to the moon? He was left vague.
Moon. The dinosaur is like such an obligation. I mean, I could go get like a Komodo dragon lizard now. I could go buy a monitor lizard.
No, we're talking dinosaur. We're talking like a fucking like raptor or like a fucking.
But I'm saying we've got close equivalents right now, and for one, they're terrifying. Have you ever seen that guy on TikTok that's getting his penis bit off by a monitor lizard?
No, why would I watch that?
I've not seen that.
First of all, second of all, I'm assuming we've trained this. I'm assuming we've trained this dinosaur.
You can't truly train him. That's the thing. You can't.
Somehow,
if it's been trained, you still have, it's got a lot of food to eat.
Yeah, it's got to have some space. You got to go find a place that has space for him.
Ton of space. Who's gonna rent me an apartment?
It's a trained dinosaur.
When I say small thing, I have a dinosaur. It has giant talons. It does immediately destroy your floors within 3 hours. Like,
oh, okay, but then you can use that in negotiations. Like, hey, you should give me the lease.
Yeah, I could use a gun in negotiations to tell them they should give me the lease. It's about as effective.
Shit. You come in on the back of a T-Rex. Give me this unit. That's.
I like the idea of your life like apartment, not a house when you own a T-Rex. I think
the way that I threatened to kill you doesn't matter for threatening you into giving me an apartment. I think they're certainly going to be threatened by the dinosaur, but they'd be also like both a dinosaur and a pistol are I'll kill you for this place.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot more fear in the dinosaur. Like, how the fuck did you get a dinosaur?
What the fuck is chaos of the moment?
I'm the man of eccentricities. Now, this is presuming that it's a pet dinosaur, that like I have it as a pet. If I'm the only person with a dinosaur, then I'm taking the dinosaur.
Oh, okay.
Because I can get rid of the dinosaur for many millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it's the lame answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hold on. I'll add a couple of qualifiers here.
Okay.
You are the only person with this dinosaur, but you cannot sell it or get rid of it. You are keeping this for the lifespan of the dinosaur.
Then I take the moon.
What's the lifespan of a dinosaur?
I don't know. Let's check.
Like
probably long. Most lizards are long.
Long time as well.
Right.
And that's what we got left over.
Birds don't live long. Do they?
I have a buddy who had a bird for like 11 years.
Okay.
Some parrots can live to be 100.
No, yeah, some parrots can live to be 100.
So I use Triceratops as the example because I assume you're not going to want a carnivore. 20,
I want the smallest one I could get.
25 to 30 years with possibly up to 70, depending on the growth pattern they found. So you would basically have this thing for life.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I've got this thing for life, and sure, it's cool and all, but like, I can't feed a tiger. I need to
go back to that episode of the podcast and see if there was like you get food expenses taken care of. That's a good question.
Okay, you get food expenses taken care of. Like, it's a fully convenient thing. I'm still probably going to the moon because that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
be cool, but I'm also like, I don't know. You're gonna get to the moon. That's a cool experience, I suppose. But like, I don't know. There's nothing to do on the moon.
You need jump.
And you get to see it. You get to witness the majesty of the pale blue dot. You get to feel your connection to the world as it's only one sphere.
Yeah, but then you have an existential crisis when you get home.
William Shatner is like immensely depressed, looking into the blackness of space, like looking back at the world, like, oh god.
And you get someone to kill you, and they get to be Big Boss.
Ooh, okay, I like this.
This is one of the best episodes we've ever done.
We want to dedicate a section to asking dumbass questions. We could do that.
I was already looking into taking like reading our comments we get on the clips out loud and responding to them. We can add a dumbass segment like this.
You want to open that rabbit hole? Right, yeah. Remember my how many horses question?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it.
I mean, look, man, I am not afraid of the internet, though I will say I feel like depending on the clip, it will be a lot of us making fun of morons more often than not. So.
Yeah. That's the fun of it.
You know, I like questions of how many acres of rainforest would you let die for your dream car?
None.
0. Yeah. It's
one tree. They go one tree for your dream car. We're just gonna cut down a tree. You don't. You
said that? Acres. You said that's a minimum of an acre.
No. Right, but the idea of the hypothetical is that you find your exact border, right? Because if someone said, I'm going to give you a $35,000 car for I cut down one tree, I'm going to go, yeah, I don't care. It's a tree.
Sure, it's one tree, yeah.
But it's difficult. I don't have the information necessary for like, what are the costs of cutting down a tree or 20 trees?
We have one comment in the chat that says, I'm a knife guy. I'm sorry I missed this.
No, we got that.
Okay. But yeah. I do love these questions. Okay, you know what?
You should use that because Duncan, you've brought this up a couple times. You love these hypothetical questions. Y'all should do this.
Hypotheticals.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, be careful what you wish for because I come up with really stupid hypotheticals. If you want to answer dumb questions.
So I used to have a game that I would play with people. I've done this at multiple jobs. The most recent was when I worked over at Microsoft. Was when we would have downtime and we're bored. I would say it would be one of those things where you have to choose between two superpowers, but they both have some massive handicap.
I've done this.
So like you can fly, but you can only fly to the north. You know, so you can't fly northeast, you can't fly northwest. You have to fly directly north. You can move. You have super strength, but only for helping people move.
So, I'm sorry, I don't want to dive deep into these questions, but I can't help. If you fly only north, do you just get stuck on the North Pole? Like you can't fly south at all at that point? If you were to like continue the direction of north.
Yeah, so at that point you would do the full circle.
You would have to continue the route that you originally.
Well, I would think when you get to the North Pole, you start like rubber banding back and forth. We're like, oh, I passed north, and now I can only fly the other way. And then
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I guess so. So yeah, you would just be stuck at the top, and you'd take an airplane back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck, that would suck.
My go-to hypothetical was always it was teleport at the speed of a Segway. So it would take you as long to teleport any given distance as it would take to traverse that distance on a Segway.
What the fuck?
So wait, do you like disappear for the entire time? Like Goku, and then 3 months later?
No, you like initiate it and like a phantom Segway goes. And then when it gets there, then you teleport.
Can I put a GPS tracker on this phantom Segway?
Well, it'll get there. It knows.
I know
it knows
get
how to
there,
get
but I need to know when. Like, can I get like a GPS update? I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know about
Dude,
this.
that would be like actually like wildly convenient for work. I would like sleep in my like work
because eventually
clothes.
you figure out how long it takes to get to at least certain places.
That's true for daily commutes. Yeah.
And then the other one was usually harder. I think the most recent one I remember doing was like access to spontaneously creating like a specific food, like peanut butter. Like you can make as much peanut butter as you want. You can just apparate peanut butter.
All right. Yeah, that's great.
Well, but the thing was about that is like, oh, I could solve world hunger. But now it's your responsibility to like spend all your time making peanut butter for people.
Well, that depends on what does it take from me. Well, what is happening? Is it coming out of my hands?
Yeah, sure. It's like you're like conjuring like a square meter of peanut butter.
Okay, I need to know the rate.
Right. It takes a little bit. It's not instant.
Also, I found out a lot of people outside the United States hate peanut butter. Like they don't or not they hate it, but they do not understand people liking it as much as they do.
Right, but it's well, that's why you pick something like peanut butter because it's supposed to be like not
proud to be an American in that instance.
Super convenient. So it's either teleport at the speed of Segway or you can make as much peanut butter as you want. And it's like, there's a lot of benefits to making peanut butter, but like you're not actually going to solve world hunger because they have to distribute the peanut butter. Like world hunger is a distribution problem, not a supply problem. We make 160%.
We make a ridiculous amount of food and we waste a whole ton of it.
And, and like, so it's really a distribution problem. So your infinite peanut butter
it's also
isn't going to fix that. And then also the infinite peanut butter is going to result in, if you do try and address world hunger, you are going to be spending all your time making infinite peanut butter instead of doing stuff.
I mean, you could do something really funny though, where you just crash the value of peanut butter. Peanut butter becomes worthless.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter officially goes from being like,
how
good does my peanut butter taste?
The best peanut butter. It's the most delicious creamy peanut butter.
Okay.
I've always imagined it that you can make choices about the kind of peanut butter that comes out. You're like, I'm going to make chunky right now. I'm going to make, and you could find like your favorite peanut butter and you're like, I'm going to make this.
Or you get trained in a few and then, all right.
Yeah.
I would still go with the Segway thing. I think that like you would have to like do a whole shit ton of math to figure it out. But like, think of it this way, like, okay, you send let's say you need to travel to like somewhere in the continental United States. You figure out the travel distance on Segway. You're like, all right, well, this many days, weeks, months, whatever it is. From that, set that, boom, all right, and that I'll be there then.
Yeah, because at first, not knowing where the Segway gets or how long it takes would be a problem for a bit, but you would develop a sense of it. You would develop an understanding of like how long it takes, and you'd be able to pretty consistently estimate the time the Segway takes to get places. Eventually, you could go, I want to go to Russia, and you could get the Segway to go there. Not even to mention.
Sorry, two questions. One, is it using the roads or is it a straight line?
It's straight line.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's straight line. Is it held up by any form of traffic? Like, does it gotta wait for a ferry?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, then yes. Then that could be something that you could.
Well,
you can math that out. You can math that out
from the superhero perspective. The Segway teleporting guy in a fight actually does pretty well. Segways are faster than people, and if you're teleporting a short range, it's still a jarring teleport. It's still like, oh shit, he's behind me, like immediately, and they don't see the Segway.
How do I set the destination? Is it just in my head?
I think it's in your head.
Okay, that's pretty helpful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. I think that's a show.
That's a tough one. Yeah, that's a show.
I'm gonna start.
We'll have to entertain that another time. That was the video game news. Die for bet.
Video game news.
Die for bet.
God damn it! All right. Hey. We played video games. We're gonna play more video games. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow us. We're gonna be doing more video game podcasts and making more videos, and you're gonna see more of us around here for 2026. So, anyway, I think that's it. So we'll talk to you later. Enjoy your week. See you next time.
Bye.